Hypocrisy.
Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to Lawsplaining the Interwebs. I am your host, Nick Rekieta of Rekieta Law, a small law firm in central Minnesota. And what is happening today? Oh my. So much. So many things happening right now, and we're going to talk about a bunch of them. We've got some continuation of the drama, and we will talk about the stupidity of online communities, and just what it means to fiddle around and discover what happens. I don't know how to say fuck around and find out. You know what I mean, right? You know what I mean. So that's there's going to be, I guess we'll talk about that and what's going on. I'll talk about what tomorrow's show is going to be in just a little bit as people filter in. And we'll talk about the escalation of war. We've got Karens to the left of me, lol counts to the right, and here I am stuck in the middle with you. Oh yeah, thank you, Meow Day. I'll turn on subscriber chat again. It's a nice little thing. So we've got that. I do have to warn you. I might have to show you something disturbing. I don't like doing this. You know, I do not like subjecting people to disturbing imagery. I'm in a tough sort of profession, right? So first we cover the law. That's a big part of it. The law is not it's not a subject that is full of like simple, easy things. It's got hard stuff involved, ugly stuff, some of the ugliest stuff you can imagine. The worst of humanity comes out in the law, and I never want to like expose people to that without their consent. Oh dear God! Ah! Oh! I'm sorry. Oh boy. Whew. That wasn't supposed to happen yet. Just what I tell all the ladies. Oh boy, that is just a preview of what's to come today. That is a preview with what is to come today. We've got, like I said, war never changes. So we've got some Karens to talk about. We've got some news story too. So yesterday was ended up being a big show, a long show, with some discussion of what was going on with Ken Jennings. We had a couple different drama topics, but what ended up once we got Ken on, and I'm actually glad that the show worked out the way it did, because once we got Ken on, it escalated very, very rapidly, and the stream ended up being 5 hours instead of 3, which is great. It was organically a 5-hour stream because of what ended up happening. If that had happened at the beginning of the stream, it would have derailed everything. So we are going to be talking a little bit more about that, some developments that have gone on, but that's not the whole show tonight. It's not the whole show. There are other news stories out there that are important or funny or whatever, and so we've got to talk about those. Do I have a splinter in my thumb? How did that even happen? Get out of my thumb. And now we will have 2 hours of me removing a sliver from my thumb without a tweezers. Come on. Oh, I almost got it. I'm going to have to just deal with this, aren't I? Anyway, so that is we're going to have some news stories as well, and I will tell you about tomorrow's show. I guess let's do that first. Tomorrow is going to be a big show for one of two reasons. I don't know what the show's going to be yet. It's going to be one of two things. Either the Second Court of Appeals in Texas will render a decision on Vic, and no, I have no reason to believe that they will tomorrow particularly, other than that it's a Thursday. And every Thursday until it happens is more likely than the last Thursday for it to happen, since the last Thursday it didn't, and then, that's just the next one. But that being said, I have no reason to believe that they will. But if they do, of course, that's what we will discuss. If they do not. Oh, I almost got it. This is pissing me off. Where's my knife? Oh, here it is. This is going to go well. Seriously, get out of my thumb. How did I even get a sliver? I wasn't doing woodworking. Wasn't doing anything. I made Cajun pasta. There was no wood in it. I wouldn't care, except this stings. Start crying on stream. Oh my God. Driving me insane here. I'm gonna... never mind. Screw it! Fucking... You got the splinter from holding the bedpost while being late and gay. Okay. So either the Second Court of Appeals will render its decision in the Vic case, which doesn't seem likely, but is possible, or we will be covering Sophie Long. Sophie Long. That's right. And yes, I will be reading the full petition for a writ of mandamus. We will be looking at if there are appropriate attachments. Saddle up. Saddle up. That's going to be a show. And I have a feeling it's going to make some people mad. So we're going to definitely do that. Because the Titanic is coming into harbor. So that will be the case. We will cover probably a short background on the case, a recap of where the case was. We will talk about what's happened since. We will read what's going on. And again, I don't have any particular affiliation, association with, communication with either Kelly Long or Michael Long or Courtney Chalmers or any of these people. I don't talk to them. I don't know them. Don't particularly care who's in the right or the wrong. What I do know is that there's a little girl out there who's being hurt in a family court dispute that has gone very public. And the other thing I know is that when a friend of mine wanted to talk about it from his professional sort of experience, not as an expert, but just as someone with some experience in the field, both personally and professionally, in dealing with trauma. He wanted to talk about the trauma that was affecting this this little girl, and that made a bunch of fatzos like this one hiding behind those profile pics, aren't we? Made them very mad. Made them very mad. So, and also made Kelly Long, the mom's attorney, well, the attorney for Kelly Long, very mad as well. So much so that they thought it would be appropriate to get him fired by lying about him, because of course that's what these people do. They lie. They're unlikable. They're unattractive. They don't have anything. And so they find something to latch on to. And in this case, they have latched on to Sophie Long, but not really. It's the idea of Sophie Long that they've latched on to. It's the movement that they need to be a part of. They must be part of the Save Sophie movement or Free Sophie, whatever it is. I don't even know what it's called. It doesn't matter. They don't really care about the girl. They care about people seeing them care about the girl. They care about people seeing them being a part of the movement, because people otherwise, I know it's hard to imagine not seeing this. Gravity alone will bend the light straight into it. But they aren't seen. They aren't remarkable. They aren't interesting. It drives them crazy. And they find, this is what I was talking about last night. It's what I was talking about in my tweet today about fetishizing. They find something to grip onto, to use for clout. We've seen it with the Vic people, right? The anti-Vic people who, like Mars Girl, for example, they don't get interaction until they start talking about like Vic. Then suddenly, you know, the blah, blah, blah. So they keep doing it. It's reinforcing. It feeds into itself. And they're into feeding, you can tell. So they keep doing it. They keep going. They must do this. And then they say, oh, it's about blah, blah, blah. Just like the Kick Vic people. Well, it's about It's not about protecting people. None of them think anybody's actually in danger. Oh, it's about preserving the industry. Nobody thinks that the industry is even worthy of preservation, especially based on what they allege Vic has done. They know other voice actors that they still like have done way worse, tons of times. In the same way that they project a message upon their latching to a movement, in Vic's case, the Sophie people are doing the same thing. And that's kind of nasty. And they don't want people to acknowledge that. They don't want people to talk about it. They want to control the messaging, because if they control the messaging, then they're saving. So they're of course doing literally nothing for this girl. They're doing nothing about her at all, other than their fetishized exploitation of her. And I know they're doing that because that's exactly what they accused Ken of doing and what they accused me of doing. Even though I barely talked about Sophie at all yesterday, I was talking about Ken and what happened to him. They project. Confession through projection. They project onto others their failures, and then they attack their own failures in the other person. So, since there's a legion of them that don't want this case talked about in any way that they have not given a prior seal of approval on, and since Kelly Long's attorney doesn't want this case talked about, except when Kelly Long is making controlled press release statements, well, then I think we need to talk about it. I think that's our duty, our sacred obligation as proponents of the First Amendment, to talk about this. And so we will tomorrow, unless the Vic decision comes out, and then it'd probably be Friday, but otherwise tomorrow. But tomorrow will not be a drama-focused show. Tomorrow will be a case-focused show on the Sophie case. today is going to be more of a drama focused show. So that's just kind of to bear in mind, like get kind of an idea of what's going on here. That's what we're doing right now. The other stuff we're going to talk about is a city councilman down in Texas. We've got about a 20-minute video. It's actually a 2-hour video, and one of my Discord members has gotten me to the right start of it, and said there's about 20 minutes worth of material in there. We'll see how far we get into it. That'll be great. We've got to talk about well, I have Karen's BTFO in the title, and we've got to talk about what this is doing already to the people who decided to go after Kiwi Farms' Ken Jennings. And Ken doesn't endorse, approve, or participate in any of this, to my knowledge. He didn't ask for any of this, but it doesn't matter, because when people get into this idea that they can dox and destroy people, well, the funny thing is, whatever you may think of the Kiwi Farms, and I think the most loving and applicable thing you can say about Kiwi Farms is it is a den of disgusting, degenerate, pathetic, horrific, autistic monsters. That's the best way to put it. But whatever you think about that nasty group of weirdos, they have a profound sense of justice. It's their own. It's a unique sense of justice, but it is theirs, and it's oddly consistent. And so when poor Kiwi Farms Ken Jennings, who's just a guy commenting on a message board and then talking on some YouTube videos, they go after him. Even the people on Kiwi Farms who don't like Ken are like, hey, that's fucked up. Let's get him. Now it's this war, and it's so great. I can't deal. It's so funny. Alabama City Councilman, Irby. Thank you. Alabama City Councilman, is the correction there. But yeah, so, we've got to have an update there. I'm going to have to do some on the fly redacting, because I'll tell you, we should start with this. We'll start with this. I think that'll be good. I'm going to clip this out because I don't want any got to be a little bit. Wait a minute. No, this is good. Okay. Are you serious? Oh my God. Never mind. Let me do this a little bit different. Oh, I hate my inability to do things quickly and smartly. All right. Here, there we go. This'll work. So I woke up to this morning. That should be sufficient. Riveting television, I know. Okay. Hi, Ricada Law. Ooh. I'll have to scroll back and forth a little bit on this because That's how it goes. Let me get this pulled up. All right. So I wake up to this morning from the YouTube support team. This is to notify you that we have received a privacy complaint from an individual regarding your content. Oh, did you? Oh, did you do that actually? That's what happened. I bet it was definitely someone in the video in question who did it too. So here's the YouTube video link, which I, not even reading the email, I thought was last night's stream, but it's not. It's not last night's stream. This is an old Vic video that I did. So the information reported as violating privacy is at 59 minutes, 43 seconds. None of this is a violation of privacy in any sense. This was an email chain that was filed in the Vic Mignogna case as evidence. This is part of the public record. And so it is certainly not a violation of privacy in any way, but I can imagine what they did was flag a whole bunch of stuff or someone went searching. I don't know. But this is, it doesn't mean that automatically it will be removed. They'll review the complaint for potential violations of our privacy guidelines and consider restricting the content. In the meantime, please review it and consider making revisions to address a potential violation. I'll let's not that. Go away. I'll get my response up here. Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm so sorry for that. God, that's horrid. Okay, so here's my thing. Here's my response. There's zero privacy violations in this content, and this is a false flagging attempt by people who abuse YouTube's policies to try and harm others. They're mad about a subject I discussed and will continue discussing. They were also violating copyright law and your terms of service by stealing my live stream without commentary, criticism, or any change at all. Evidence of this is in the video itself, which that should tell you I didn't actually read or I didn't see the video they were actually referring to. I just assumed it was from yesterday, but doesn't matter. We'll get there. I will not be silenced by people who abuse your policies to bully others. Expect more complaints in the future. This is what these people do. So that is where we're at now on my front. They're going through and somebody decided to flag that content. That being said, I will fight that tooth and nail. And when they ask for explanations of it, I will explain very clearly that that is filed in a public lawsuit. Those documents are available, have been widely disseminated on the interwebs, and there's nothing that violates any sort of privacy there. And literally, at worst, it was the professional email addresses of several lawyers who that's what was revealed. By the way, that's the privacy concern, is that it was in an email chain that was submitted as evidence, and those email addresses for the professional offices of law are included in that video. So that's a nothing burger. There's, but this is what they've chosen. This is what they've chosen. They have chosen to go after, right? They did exactly what was expected. They're running to the manager. The interesting thing is, of course, I do actually have a manager at YouTube as well. So, but I don't think they understand the manager relationship that we have, because it's not the manager, not the kind of manager they're thinking of. So The person has to manage me, not manage me, if you know what I mean. So anyway, that's where that's going. I'll keep you posted on that. I'm sure there are more to come. If they were that fast with hammering out a privacy complaint in a deep video from a year and a half ago, something like that, I can't wait for the fan mail I'm about to get. $100 donation if you get that whale's face tattooed to your butt cheek. First of all, that $100 wouldn't even come close to covering the ass implant I would need to fit that giant beast on my butt. Then we're not even talking about the tattoo at that point. But let's see. We've got a couple. Let's get the early chats, and then we'll get going on this. Okay. We've got, oh my gosh. Seriously, can they fix this studio thing that they've done? It is so dumb. By the way, I'm really, I want to thank my YouTube overlords. It's very nice of them to be kind and benevolent to us, poor YouTubers living at their literal mercy. They turned on the subscriber gain button for my channel, which is fun. You guys don't see it the same way I do, because you guys see 165,000, right? But I see the exact number. And so throughout the day, you know, you can watch the number go up or down or whatever. And they had gotten around like 165,150 subscribers. They turned the subscriber gain off button. They pressed that. And then you hover like within 10 to 15 subscribers either way, and it just goes up and goes down and goes up and goes down. It's like, oh, this is so much fun. I love when YouTube does this. It's definitely not artificial. And then a few days later, bloop, they turn on the subscriber on button, and suddenly you gain 500 subscribers in a matter of a day. And that's just how it goes. It's literally that. It's literally that. YouTube is such a silly game from this stuff. And you know, Anna, that Star Wars girl, was stuck at the exact same subscriber number for months. Like the exact same. No one new ever came in. No one old ever left. It was just the exact same. And I think finally she's out of that jail too. Don't know why they do it. It doesn't make sense. Every time I talk to anybody at YouTube and they, you know, ask me my opinion, my answer is always the same. If y'all would just get out of the way, we could sell a bunch of ads. If y'all just get out the way, we could do ads all day. Tons of views. You know, if you just send out those notifications, maybe. If you just do these things, just get out of our way. Stop removing subscribers or cleaning it up. Stop doing that. It doesn't act. You're not helping anybody. You're not helping YouTube. You're not doing anything good. I've been told flat out by YouTube that they don't really care about the subscriber number. It's more about the activity that's going on the channel. And that the subscriber number itself is kind of on the way out, because it doesn't really matter how many subscribers you have if you have views coming in. But interestingly, even though that's the statement that we get, we see them doing things with subscriber counts as if those subscriber counts matter. But they don't. According to them, they don't. But according to them, they do. And the way they act, they very much do. So it's just a silly thing. But I want to thank them. They've been really nice in turning on my subscriber gain on button. So that's good. That's good. You say y'all in Minnesota? What? No, I'm born in Houston, Texas, buddy. And I'll always be a Texan. In here and down here. Okay. Richard Grubber says, Doki Doki Literature Club. I played that a little bit last night. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Wait. Live reading the direct messages. Okay, sorry. I there's something that I'll probably announce tomorrow. That I thought I was going to have an announcement on it today, but it looks like tomorrow will probably be the day. Okay. No, don't direct message me anymore, anybody. Amaranthus says, successfully defended my masters today. Hey, congrats. Bought a bottle of Whistle Pig 12 year to celebrate. Here are some shekels for all the entertainment you've provided me during my thesis prep. Cool. Congrats, man. I hope that goes well for you. I hope it leads you to as much money as Amaranth makes, Mr. Amaranthus. Or Mrs. I guess I don't know. Andrew War Snowboard says, can we get a series with Ty red pilling us on World War II, Korea, Vietnam, etc.? I'll have to talk to him about it. I'll have to talk to him about that. I talked to Ty. Oh, yeah, I talked to Ty between shows last night. So, yeah, I'm on the phone with Ty at like 4 a.m. That was great. That was great. General Isimo says, was shocked to learn you were not included in Super Thanks Beta. Yeah, me too. When I think beta, the name that comes to mind is Nick Rekieta. Wait a minute. There's your new jingle. You're welcome. Also, Jefferson's Cognac Cask Finished Rye is solid. Ooh, I bet that is. I haven't seen that. I'll look for it. But yes, I have the Super Thanks enabled. I don't know. I know that Super Thanks will get used. I don't feel like anybody's going to send them to me, but I know that somewhere someone's going to make a fucking fortune off of it because it's just numbers, right? There's people who get like 5 million views on every video are going to make so much money off the Super Thanks, and it's going to take all those people and put them ahead of every like live streamer who does super chats. It's going to blow all of us out of the water. It's going to be funny. But yeah, that's going to be great. So I genuinely don't understand them, but you know, I have them. So that's cool. But real quick, what that is when you're watching a not live video, you can now effectively do a super chat in the comment section. So, yeah, you can do that. That's what Super Thanks are. And like I said, since they're not on my other channels, I don't have them over there. I only have them on this one. But if you want to see what it looks like, you can go to any of my videos and there's like on your little bar on your phone or on your desktop or whatever, there's a new little button that says thank. Again, I don't know why anybody would do it, but it's a thing that they did. And again, and the people I think that are going to just make a killing off it are people who already are making a huge amount of money on YouTube, because that's a numbers game. That's having millions of viewers or views on a video, and just by sheer mathematical reality, it's going to be people dropping, $2 to $5 all over the place. But is the Super Thanks the tip button? Yes. Yeah. So it's weird. It's weird. I don't get it. Like, I get super chats. That's interactive. That's like, oh, cool. I can, at least on some streams, like on mine, if you super chat here, I'm going to read and maybe interact with the comment. Some places don't do it as well. Whatever. That's fine. I don't see how the Super Thanks is going to work out, because I don't know. Like, I think someone gave me one as a joke, And I literally don't even know, like I didn't get a notification of it. I don't know what video it's on. I don't know anything. There's no separate management system. So I don't, it's weird. But, okay, anyway. Mithrin Emrys says, as you say, it is the visual they care about. This is going back to the Karens. They'll tolerate anyone they feel will get them the most views. Of course, it inevitably leads to a purity spiral as they turn on each other to prove who appears to care the most. Oh, yeah. Speaking of that, speaking of the purity spiral. So the other day I had Ron Coleman on. So, Breck says, thought you had a $2 super thanks last night. I think I do, but I don't know. I don't know where it is. Like in my channel management stuff, I can't find them. I don't know where they are. I figured there would be a section. Like I've got a super chat section where I can go and find the most recent however many super chats, plus all of them go to a spreadsheet somewhere that I have. But so like I know where those are. I have a management system that they built for that. I haven't seen one for the super thanks yet. And I really want one because if I do get one, I want to make sure I go and acknowledge, them and respond to those comments. That to me, that's what that would be the purpose of getting those super thanks is someone who maybe can't watch something live or just wants to interact in the same way that they do with the super chat, but not in a live video. I want to have like a checklist that says, okay, here's all these things that came in. Go find them or go to them and respond and engage because that seems like that's how I would manage them. But yeah, I don't. They don't have that for the thanks that I've seen. They have it for the chats, but not for thanks. So it's weird. Morty J says, hey, Nick, on a good note for you, I personally know the lady that Bezos took on a space flight. Her name is Wally Funk. She goes to my church, is an American patriot, and her story is an amazing tale. I'm so happy for her. Oh, did you see how mad people were at Bezos? Holy crap, they're mad at him. Because so Bezos said after landing from his, I'm such a cool freaking billionaire, I built a space program to fly me personally into space. Which it's the funniest thing in the world to me. God, if I was a billionaire, I would have so many of those things. Like, well, I kind of want to go to space. Like, I'm building a space program. I kind of want to go to the bottom of the ocean. Well, I'm going to build a subnautical program. You just because you can. That's great. What Bezos did was he came down from space. He descended back from heaven, from the heavens, and he comes down and he says, I wanted to thank the Amazon customers and Amazon employees who work so hard. And he made a little joke. He's like, because you all paid for this. Whoa! He's not lying. He's not lying at all. He's 100% right. And he comes down, speaks the truth. He says it out loud. He puts the idea that everybody was thinking right out there. He's like, yeah, you guys all paid for this. That was cool. Thanks. And everybody, your workers pee in bottles. They have punishment cubes. And he's just like, bitch, I went to space. What are you going to do about it? Go find another bottle to piss in, you loser. Oh, God, I love that guy. It just kills me. Oh, man. It's funny because I think to become like a Bezos or a Zuckerberg or Tim Cook. I don't know about Tim Cook, Steve Jobs, what's fucking Bill Gates or Elon Musk. You gotta have a little bit of like you gotta be a little bit Asperger's, right? You gotta have a little bit of that. because you have to be able to disregard in some way the empathy that you should feel for the other person. And that's a way, like, I'm not saying that they have full on spectrum disorder or whatever. I don't know anything like that. What I'm saying is they're down the line a little bit, enough to where they can shut off those sort of emotional responses where they look at someone who's like pissing into a bottle during their work and they're like, is she on the clock for that? Like that's the response that you have to become a billionaire. It's like, yeah, I'm not look, I don't care I don't care about the punishment boxes. I really just need things to go out in 3 hours instead of 4. Like when we get an order, I need that order. Like if I have to fire 25 people and build 300 robots, I'm going to do it. I need 3-hour service level on this instead of 4. 4's too long. 3's going to be better. It's going to do this and this and this. That's what you have to do it. So then when Bezos comes down and the first thing is, yeah, by the way, I want to thank all you people who paid for this. That's just part of his ability to not have the empathy. And I'm not saying this in like a sarcastic way. I love it. I think it's great. I think that's what you have to do to become a billionaire. And I think an honest assessment of any of these public billionaires would show that, you know, there's something in there that limits they're not shackled like the rest of us mortals to like piddly concerns about other people. Sauce had a horrible experience just a few hours ago. Have hole in a molar for a while. Chewing food and hit the nerve for the first time. Oh, fuck that. Felt like an electrified shotgun went off in my mouth. Yeah. I've had a damaged tooth. I know exactly what you're talking about. It's brutal. Brigand231 says you're confusing autism with sociopathy. Autistic, sociopathic. Is there even a difference? I mean, come on. When we get down to it. Okay, next. That was a joke, by the way, because I know people don't. I know some of you are sociopathic autists who don't get jokes. That was a joke. Okay, that was kidding. It's sardonic humor or whatever. Pajori says random movie idea: Rackets 2, Karen's Boogaloo, Attack of the Garden Tools. Tradeo says from Pixlexia, between Monica Rial and Shell Bell, there's enough swamp ass to cover the Milky Way galaxy. Who's Shell Bell? Who's Shell Bell? Oh, that was one of those ladies from last night, right? That's who Shell Bell is. One of the ladies from last night. Okay. Yes, the Ron Coleman story. Thank you, Master, for keeping me on track. Thank you. You are benevolent, Master. Ron Coleman, this is one of the other things he was on the show the other day, Monday, which seems like an age ago after yesterday's stream. But he was on the show, and we had a little segment where we talked about law Twitter. Well, all of them, for, once in their miserable months, had someone recognize that they existed. And so they showed up on Ron Coleman's timeline. And it just, mwah. It is the sweet nectar. It is the sweetest nectar. It is like dipping a rag in wet drama and just squeezing it out, all like flash dance, just on my chest. That's what you want. Yes. Let's take a look at that. I'm hoping all of my visuals today literally ruin your lives. That's my goal. Also, huge news in right to repair. right to repair. The Biden administration did something right. They have asked the FTC to, ensure a right to repair. And the FTC today unanimously 5-0 voted in favor of enforcing the right to repair. It doesn't mean it's 100%, but I mean it's the next big step that needed to occur. Last week, was that last week? I just saw it today. So there you go. But let's find Ron Coleman. And again, maybe we should. When you type in Ron Coleman, I mean, he comes up. Let's take a peek at this. Ron Coleman, legal scholar. He's got an actual Wikipedia page, which puts him above most of these lawyers. Ron Coleman's an American lawyer and journalist who is an expert on First Amendment and intellectual property rights, especially pertaining to the internet. Coleman, general counsel for the Media Bloggers Association, wrote in 1995 the first article on intellectual property rights and the internet published in the American Bar Association Journal. 1998, Coleman represented Brodsky in the cyber squatting dispute, Jews for Jesus versus Brodsky, and defended the National Debate's online parody of the New York Times' corrections page. In 2015, Coleman represented Simon Tam in Reed Tam, a trademark dispute for Tam's band The Slants, after the band's name was denied trademark by the U.S. That he didn't just represent them, they won at the Supreme Court, went all the way up and won. Coleman writes, the blog Likelihood of Confusion. So, I mean, this is, he's a guy. He's also, as he said, he's an expert in a couple things. He's written the literal book on 12b6 motions, stuff like that. He's not a slouch lawyer. He's not a dummy. He's not, he's not some weird YouTuber, or whatever. He's a legitimate lawyer, high profile. And again, works for the Dillon Law Group with Harmeet Dillon, mixes it up with some of the biggest corporations on the planet, fights governments. I mean, he's doing the constitutional law that so many people, when they go to law school, want to do. Now, let me find this. There's a couple things to find here. He does tweet too much. I just learned this. I'm learning this right now, that he tweets too much. Oh, and also, there's big news on Larry Elder in the California recall race that happened. Let's see. Where are we? Where is this damn post? This man tweets way too much. Too many tweets and retweets, Ron. I'm being very critical of you now. Holy hell. I'm going to find it. I'm going to find this. Here's, oh, this has it. Perfect. This is a fan favorite. Here we go. Here we go. Boom. Look at who it is. Look who shows up. Look who shows up immediately. So, Ron here posts the despicable denizens of law Twitter. He made a little short video to go up on his YouTube page from our interview. Didn't ask permission. Rude. Of course, I would give it to him in a heartbeat, but he did that. So he does that. We're going to come back to this real quick, or in a minute, but Mike says, hey, Ron. No, wait, sorry. I got to talk like Mike Dunford. This is, I'm not even exaggerating right now. You may think, you're like, ow, Nick, you're picking on the disabled or whatever by making that voice. That's how he talks. That's real. That's real. How's that Loomer case of yours going? The one where you learn that you accidentally blown a show of cause deadline because one despicable denizen of law Twitter noticed and another sent you a heads up? That fee's response is due today, right? Right? The problem with YouTubers who talk about the law is they don't do their research. Like Nick Rekieta. Oh my God, that's one of my favorite clips ever. That's one of my favorite clips ever is Mike Dunford dunking from an electric wheelchair or whatever. Oh, whoo. Oh my God. Coming in last in every race. Mike Dunford. Most importantly, the human race. So here he is trying to dunk on Ron Coleman. I'm pretty sure Mike Dunford's never filed a motion in his entire life. His entire life. he's criticizing Mike Ron Coleman, which is beautiful. Better get those malpractice premiums paid up, Ron. If we didn't have a docketing system, I'd ask what your rates are. So he laughs. And then quite a get for Rackets, really slumming it for Ron. I guess the clout from winning one actual important Supreme Court case doesn't last forever. These people are so pissed that he came on the show. Mike, is Ron a good lawyer? Yes, on the whole, Ron Coleman's a very good lawyer. Oh, but that's not the it's not the tone you had going there, is it, Mike? So anyway, of course it's the same people. But here's where they really showed up though. Here's where they really showed up. Disbarment is coming from whatever that is. Whatever that is. Holy shit, that thumbnail's unfortunate, actually, but unfortunate. Oh, that's a friendly one. That's fine. Oof, how embarrassing for you. Look, this guy, by the way, this guy hates me a lot, right? Actually, we featured a tweet of his the other day. You know what's great, though? This is the best part. Hates me. Look at what he wrote. He hates me, but he had to steal the line. Oh God, no. I bet he didn't even realize it. Oh, poor baby. I don't know who this is more embarrassing for. You, that's the one. Nick is providing a real public service by giving the worst lawyers in America a safe space from the mean, reasonably competent people on law Twitter to complain about it. Good job, Nick. Thank you. You're welcome for that also. And it's amazing how they treat themselves. Look at this. Reasonably competent people on law Twitter. I haven't met one. At all. Els? I don't know about that. Calls others despicable. Proceeds to be despicable. Ron, why would you go to Nick? His is where reputations go to die. Can't kill what's already dead. To be honest, now I want to get Ron to evaluate Nick's legal ability. Maybe Ron will be the impartial first lawyer to agree that Vic's lawsuit had merit. Wow, remember when you used to be a real lawyer? Oh, this one's good. Remember when all the women you worked with got creeped out by you when they found out you were a huge fucking furry and made you change your Twitter handle from your real name to a pseudonym? And he does. Lol, what? They don't even remember. He just got annihilated by that guy. Fucking brutalized. Because, yeah, someone went and found Tyler Wolf lawyer. Tyler Wolf, Australian litigator extraordinaire, associate attorney in a firm full of women who all look like they hate him. And then once, it was like days after that happened, suddenly he's no longer Tyler Wolf. Suddenly he's the Wolf lawyer, as if that makes him cool rather than fucking degenerate. Lol, two terrible lawyers trying to mock other lawyers. This literally describes law Twitter. Oh, it's beautiful. When you get into law school, I'm sure you'll do very nicely. Oof, this is, he gets Lord of Anime. An absolute, oh God. These people, I've seen all of these people for 2 years be the same failures they have been for 2 years. That's the best part. Their follower counts don't change. Their criticisms don't change. The things they talk about, the people that get them views, nothing about them changes at all. They're stuck forever. They think they're cool because they like found each other to be stuck together. And so sorry, this is extra nectar for me because it's so funny to see it just on a timeline of 0 forever. Just stuck at 0. It's like they landed on the surface of a neutron star, right? Where the immense gravity would crush them into a flat line and spread them out along its surface until they were literally just like molecular level thin across a small area, just condensed and compressed into constituent parts. That's how they are forever. Just can't even get off the ground. Oh, it's so funny. So anyway, oof, how embarrassing for you again. Uh-oh. Someone who hates me stuck with it. Oh no. It's lodged. It's lodged. It's a throwaway line that I did years ago, but it's lodged up there. Seems to be a topic you know well. Embarrassment. Oh, God. Whew. You get what you deserve. A fun show? I don't know. This guy posted an old tweet of mine. He's like, how was it talking to this guy or whatever? Guy who asked questions? Yeah, we had fun, thanks. Maybe someday someone will screen cap something you said. This guy's brutal. He's just wrecking dudes on Twitter all day. There are no dumb questions. It's really dumb lawyers. Glad to know which group you wallow in. LARPer, gamer, and a functioning adult. Oh, God. Sup? All these people. Oh, my God. Lamau, are y'all still mad? You took an L. It's been months. Get over it. I don't know who that's directed at. I literally don't. Wow. You're really mad that people are pointing out that your lawsuits are shit. Any updates on your Laura Loomer suit? How's that one going? I assume that in addition to having a great legal theory, you haven't made any incredibly embarrassing and easily avoidable administrative mistakes in it. How embarrassing for you. Another one. This guy hates me too a lot. I talk about religion, politics, cats, and World of Warcraft on here. Oh, if I had time, I'd social blade all of these people. Stay down, dude. But if you knew when to shut up and take the L, we wouldn't be here, right? Guess you guys can commiserate about being bad at law. Wait, he's still fucking mad about public figures because of VIG? Oh, thank God. From what I hear, you can actually litigate. So here's Martin Beddick. They're still making fun of me for the Texas appellate court requiring me to file a pro hoc vice to represent myself in an amicus brief, which is not in any rule on the planet, by the way. It's a weird thing. And I legitimately believe that it's because I filed an amicus brief on behalf of my corporation first, which I should have filed the pro hoc vice for. So then when I amended the amicus brief, filed it on behalf of myself, I think they just rejected it again, thinking it was the same brief. But it wasn't really worth fighting it at the time. So who knows? Lol, you're incompetent. Keep crying. It was a nice night. Hey, what's up, Incinerate? Get her. Very funny clip. Thank you. Notice where all of the positive comments were behind the show more thing. You notice that? More, I need more. Lost my account. Another idiot who gives legitimacy to Screech. Sad, Ronnie. Sad. Oh, Emerson Grant. Cry more, Ron. You embarrassment to humanity. Who is this bozo? Wait. This guy, I know he knows who I am. So is he talking about Ron? Lol, you filed stuff in the Loomer case? Ah, you're a ridiculous buffoon. Again, these comments all display very clearly they have no idea. Like, they talk about litigation a lot. They don't know how to represent clients. They don't know what lawyers' ethical responsibilities are. They don't know how to actually manage and litigate a case. They don't know. They don't know the practical. These are the same people who all said that Vic's case was dead because Ty filed something 15 minutes late due to technical problems. Or was it 30 minutes late? I don't know, somewhere less than an hour. And it's like anybody who's ever litigated a case knows, yeah, if you file something a little bit late, you can just tell the court you're really sorry, something came up. And chances are they're gonna go ahead and say, not a big deal. No one was harmed. Especially when you're filing it like on a Saturday and they get it, they're still gonna get it before they wake up in the morning. But they have no idea. They don't actually know how to practice. They don't know, and all of their comments say they have no idea about client management and representing client interests. All of that. That is some of the most obvious stuff on earth, and it's really, really funny. Oh no, the whole, why didn't you just get affidavits from conventions? Remember this thing? Before filing the case, why didn't you just get affidavits from conventions? Yes, conventions that bowed to the mob and canceled someone who breached a contract are going to write out affidavits that they breached a contract, bowed to the mob. They're going to put that down in an affidavit and give it to you. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, and they're in different states, too. They have no legal obligation to do any of it. Again, these people exist in a vacuum of reality when they discuss the law because they don't practice. But anyway, so that's the Ron Coleman drama. All right, now this next thing is going to take a little bit of wrangling. So, how do I do this the right way? There really isn't one, so let's figure this out. Online redactions. I should be doing this on my drawing tablet. It'd probably be way faster, but I'm not really set up for that. Okay. That's one of them. So, I am not a fan of doxing. I'm not a fan of it. Don't like it. Wish people wouldn't do it. Okay? Don't think people should engage in it. Think it's very, very poor form to do so. I don't do it. I don't even know how. Like, in theory, I could, if I knew where someone like lived in their name, like what county they lived in, I could maybe do a property record search. But that, assumes that they're not just renting. So, I don't, but I don't get involved in it. I certainly don't have time or inclination to go through like the social media accounts and try and piece stuff together. I don't do that because it's like I said, it's not something I do. However, I'm not the internet. I'm not the internet at all. And the internet has no problem doxing. And the internet is, and by the way, to be very clear, doxing is almost never illegal. Doxing is typically not an invasion of privacy because usually the way people are doxed involves their public disclosure of information. And then if people have bits of it, they can just follow the breadcrumbs and put together a profile. That's true for most people out there, most normal people on the internet. Probably true for me. In fact, I'm sure I've been doxxed somewhere or another. It's a matter of time. But that being said, some people decided to go after Kiwi Farms' Ken Jennings. They did. They went after Kiwi Farms' Ken Jennings. They doxed him not using publicly available information, not using a trail of breadcrumbs. It seems, but they did it. And I don't know that was the best move for them to do. I don't know if that was the smartest move for people like Shell Bell to do. Because several of them have been doxxed. Shell Bell, Squishy the cat, that pedophile, what was that? What was the name? Hold on here. Predifuls. That's right. Has also been doxxed. Who else? Let's see. Who else was doxxed? Ask Your Bartender, Critical K, Queen Bee. Oh, man. That's quite a roster. That took someone less than 20 hours. Less than 20 hours, their anonymity was completely stripped. Completely stripped. I guess they fucked around and found out. Again, I'm not a fan of doxing. I don't do it. I've redacted these people's information because it's not about that. It's the principle. They have been completely and utterly doxed immediately. And they thought that they could just go ahead, hide behind their anonymity and go after someone. They thought they could just ruin someone's life. I bet they never even considered the fact that they would be doxxed in a heartbeat. It's amazing. Whew. These people. So, the other things that have been documented that are going on are their comments. Their comments in their videos. People have been watching their live streams, monitoring their comment sections in their live chats, and whew, these people are lovely individuals. Name names. Uncensor? I can't. I can't. If I put people's names and addresses up on there, that could actually be a violation of YouTube's terms of service. But you should be able to tell pretty easily from the color scheme where to find that information. But that's, you know, that's, I'm not the one sharing it. I just, you know, at the end of the day, I don't even know. Where did... Yeah. At the end of the day, all I have to say is this. All I have to say is this. Gross. Gross. Okay. I promise that's the last time. That if it happens again, it will be an actual accident. Wait a minute. I got an idea. We've got a new vest goal. New vest goal coming up. If I don't hit $7,000 by the end of the stream, well, I'm gonna have to bring her back. Look, I got to pay the mortgage this month. So we don't hit that $7,000 goal. I'm going to have to bring her back on the screen. It's just what we have to do. So I'm joking. You need to do a Casey Kasem here. Oh God, I got to think about that one. I have to listen to Casey. If I listen to Casey Kasem for about a minute, I can do a decent impression. Is this a vest stream? This is not a vest stream. That was just a joke. It was just a joke. You gotta feed my cat. I love that guy. God, I love that guy. I wish he would come on and do an interview. He's so funny. Okay. Azure Kaizen says Bezos putting the ass in Asperger's. It's what separates the normies from the spurgs. Generalissimo says loved Ilium and Olympus. Sparrow, though, Nick, never cry. Also, Nick, here's a story about a man who falls in spiritual love with space furries and spends 90% of the story crying. Do I have to attend a drum circle now? You do. You do. You do. That's a good book. I like it. I know a lot of people hate it, but I love it. I heard the sequel wasn't as good, though. What do we got here? We need to get to some liquor splaining the interwebs to do this video. We got to start this video. Batman Goat says, I want to see her again. I'm a sick man. Plus chat sucks. Well, look, I can be bought. I do have a price. And the price is your sadness. And your super chats. Linda Marie. As Trump. Okay. We can do this. Pedo hunter James Fairbanks. Have you seen James? You heard about James, right? Was sentenced to 40 to 70 years. Crooked prosecutors. Pedo's own daughter said children are much safer now and asked only for probation. Wait, sorry. Children are much safer now and asked only for probation. Please text Drexel. We must help this child hero with a pardon. Yeah, James Fairbanks. He was the, Drex and I did a show on this guy. If you don't remember what he looked like, let me, here we go. This man, the pedo hunter who killed the literal supervillain right here. This superhero who ended the life of this mega villain. He just got 40 to 70 years. 40 to 70 years for that. Whoa. Whoa. Yeah, he doesn't have, you notice he doesn't have a neck? Look at this. This man doesn't have a neck. You know why? His head doesn't need to turn. Once he catches a pedo in his sights, he only moves forward. Okay, let's do this. Let's do this video. Wait, what? Okay, 1 hour 30. All right, we're going to start right here. I don't know anything about this clip other than a tiny bit. But this is the Tarrant, Alabama City Council meeting from July 19th, 2021. So let's see how this goes. Wait, I think I got to shrink this down. There we go. I got to put my headphones on. No, not that one. Oh my God. I will forever be bad at this. All right, here we go.
I've known him for some time now, and he seems to be the
I'll turn it up just a second.
A punching bag quite often in the city council.
Wait, I gotta turn the gain up on this because whoa, that is quiet as hell.
And I find it odd that he does not try to defend himself when he has people that confront him. I know last city council he had, I believe Ms. Beltran and somebody that said they were from the LGBT community that addressed him directly.
Guys, it's maxed out. Like they're so quiet. Oh wait, here we go. Sorry, I forgot on this audio and turned it down a bit.
And like I said, I don't understand that. So I have a statement that I'd like to make, and I've got several questions I'd like to ask you. But I would like to give Mr. Bryan an opportunity to express himself. If you know, I hope he don't just sit there. But I've never known him to be a dishonorable man, and I would like him to address, you know, some of the stuff that's been hurled at him.
Okay.
Okay. If I may have the time there.
Sure.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
We talk about the book, the Alabama League of Municipalities, and the bickering going back and forth between the individuals here, and it really does not make any difference if the mayor was black or white or whatever. The league states that we have a council of different individuals, and these individuals have different ideas, and we express those ideas. We don't always agree, and if I don't agree, if I have an idea of something and I hardly disagree with anybody else on the council, I'm going to argue my point to the fullest.
Okay.
So, if everybody thinks that we all need to get along, that's the league itself says you're not going to do that.
This is reasonable. I mean, it's really boring. This is a city council meeting. Completely boring. Nothing going on. But reasonable statements, at least. Hold on.
The other thing that comes up, people made an accusation about me in a comment that Ms. Beltran was making, and she said something about LGBT, whatever it is, anyway.
He couldn't get all the way to T. LGB, whatever it is.
And as that was going on, and about that time, I think it was, I said no. And the mayor made a comment in our last council meeting that the council is not against the homosexual crowd and whatever. Well,
Look at that. Uh-oh. Look at this audience.
let me say this so y'all understand.
Yep, please tell me.
I am a combat wounded veteran. In
Uh-oh.
1966 through 68, I fought in a war.
Uh-oh. You know he's rolling. He's revving up. Then it... Uh-oh.
When I was in that war, I fought for the United States of America and for the citizens. I did not fight for the Baptists, the Methodists, the Presbyterians, the whites, the blacks, the Hispanic, or whatever. I fought for.
This lady is passed out. She is tossed. The guy in front of her, passed out. They are done.
For individuals. And when you're talking about embracing everybody, and everybody here.
Look at these faces. God, I love small towns. Look at how unamused this guy is. What? Look at this guy. These are stone-faced killers. These guys can tell you everything you need to know about changing the oil on any vehicle in a 26-mile radius. Like, they don't even have to know the make or model. They can do it. They can actually do it remotely. They could smoke signal it to you. They could build the fire themselves out of wet wood. These guys, look at them.
Said yes, we all agreed to that, and that was great. I don't think you really understand what you were saying, what you was agreeing to. For example, Ms. Beltran says she is a Muslim.
Uh-oh.
All right.
No, she a Buddhist.
Buddhist. Okay, I'm sorry. I apologize for that.
Same thing.
Okay, but now let's.
It's not even close. Now, Ms. Beltran says she is a Muslim. Buddhist. Well, I'm sorry about that.
Let's say we had someone here as a Muslim. All right, and
Well, we need a hypothetical Muslim now, because I thought we had a Muslim in the room. Turns out we just have Buddhists. Now, let's hypothetically say we got a Muslim.
embrace the Muslims. If you know anything about the Muslim religion, if you're not a Muslim, their religion says they need to kill you.
Uh-oh.
You know nothing about the Muslim religion.
I-
My husband is Muslim, and I am no religion.
Do I have the floor, or does someone else have the
I mean, you
floor?
want to address me, so I can address you. Don't do that.
Mayor, I was talking and someone interrupted me. Could you
I
please take care of
wait,
that?
interrupted you.
And if you read the book, if somebody interrupts, you can have the police remove them.
Okay,
Shut up.
no, hold up. Y'all used to do that with Tuck, removing
This-
people.
this
the
is not
police.
y'all
No,
used to.
We're not doing that.
This is
We
talking
will
about.
not use our police to harass people. That's
All right.
why I draw the line,
Chuck,
because
that's-
I was on the
that's
receiving
reason
end.
I don't comment
doing it.
because,
So-
because the mayor does not take care of business like the Alabama League Municipality says it's supposed to be taken care of.
This is why I don't comment. The mayor's a coward. Oh, no.
I was talking to you and explaining something. Now, if someone wants to get the Quran and read it, or I can get it and show them to what it says. Next thing, we're talking about, and I'm going to offend a lot of people.
Oh! Wounded Vietnam War vet, straight shooter, talking about the Muslims wanting to kill people, is now going to offend people. He's going to start offending people at this point. Look at this person back here and this person. This person is masked and still has to bring their hands up. And he hasn't even started yet. Oh, no.
And I don't mean to do it like this, but we're going to embrace everybody.
Uh-oh.
You got a bunch in here from the KKK. Are you going
Uh-oh.
to embrace them? Ain't happening, are we? So you see, I don't agree with embracing everybody. I embrace an individual. If you are a Muslim, I embrace you because you're an individual, not because you belong to that group. Jackie, you say you're homosexual, lesbian, right?
I didn't say that.
Okay.
Oh, no. Jackie, you say you're a lesbian, right? I didn't say that. Well, or are we going to get a hypothetical lesbian? Is that next? We didn't have a Muslim, so we had to borrow one of those. Now we get to borrow a lesbian.
You didn't, okay. Okay. Let's say someone here is that.
We do have one. Now we got a hypothetical lesbian. Oh, God.
I don't embrace them because of their sexuality or their preference. I embrace them as an individual. So when someone comes up and says, let's embrace everybody, the answer is no. I don't embrace everybody. I embrace an individual. Now let's get back to the bickering back and forth. You just saw an example of it. There is a book called the Alabama League of Municipalities, and in that book it says if someone is disrespectful, interrupting, then the police can remove them. And I asked the mayor to do that. He said no, and that's where you get the bickering right there. Now here, you read the law, the book. I'm telling you what the book says. The mayor says, I'm not going to go by the book. So that's where we have the problem right there. And until the mayor decides to go by the book, like it's supposed to be, he and I will always have a difference. Now, does that, let me tell y'all something else, people. Does that mean I dislike the mayor because he and I bicker? No. No.
No, not at all.
He's a human being. He has
Yeah.
his thoughts and his rights.
Exactly.
And I have mine. And he can do what he wants to, and I
What?
don't go home saying I'm going to like to beat the fool out of him or something like that.
Oh, wait. He can disagree all he wants. I can go home and say I'd like to beat the fool out of her. Okay. I mean, that's,
What I say is, I wish that he would do what the book says, go by the book. And we can argue all day long. Does not mean that I'm hostile toward him, but I don't really think, Mary, I don't think you're really hostile toward me, are you?
No, I don't have a problem with it.
But we're doing what politics does. And so for all the people out there in Never Never Land who think that the council is supposed to get along, no. The book even tells you that they don't get along. You've got different opinions, and you're going to express those opinions. Now, let me say this, because you're asking why I never comment.
Uh-oh.
Because the last time that Jackie came up and was making comments and people yielded their time to her time after time after time, when I tried to say something, she would interrupt. And then at the end of it, the mayor asked, are you going to say anything? I said, yes. And as I started speaking, he interrupted.
Jackie's the one he determined was a lesbian. Just as a recap. Oh, God. Small town city councils, man. They all know each other. That makes this even better. And you know it's the same people who go to these meetings. Sitting like a fresh crop. No one attends these. No one wants to go to a city council meeting. Oh, my God. You might as well put your dick in a rolling pin. No, thank you.
So knowing that I'm going to get interrupted and not be able to say what I need to say, I usually just keep my mouth shut and don't say anything. So that's the reason I don't say things, just because I get interrupted, I'm not respected, and nobody cares about what the law is, about what the rules are. They want to do their own thing here in the city of Tierney.
Okay, I'm just gonna ask you outright.
Let me, Councilor Bryant, do you mind So I think part of the discord that you're receiving from citizens is a direct result of some of the things that your wife is posting on Facebook. And let me actually read something.
Don't bring up a man's wife at a city council meeting. What are you doing? Why would you do this?
That she posted. She says the
Mr.
Tarrant
Mayor,
Tatler.
listen, this is between me and Chuck and the citizens. There's nothing at all about what my wife is posting.
But
If
your
you-
wife
if you would
speaks
please
on your
leave this-
behalf.
Would you please
She
leave my
acknowledges
wife out of this?
she speaks on your behalf, and
No,
your
she
wife,
doesn't. No one speaks on my behalf.
the Tarrant Tatler.
No one speaks on my behalf.
This also applies to the mayor and his racist ways
Sorry,
of
Mr.
getting
Davis.
rid
Sorry, Mr. Davis.
of all the white city employees so he can replace them with his chosen blacks. Some of those hired don't have the qualifications of those who quit because of the mayor or were fired by him. The city will suffer. The guys who work with street and sanitation left, and there is no one qualified to operate the machines to cut weeds and grass on the sides of the roads that are not citizens' property. That is the reason why
This lady's in a diabetic coma over here. This lady's rocking incessantly.
people are coming after you.
Mr. Mayor, my wife has not put anything on Facebook in quite a while, and
No, that's not true.
So was that you?
there are
That's
people.
not true, because she made a comment about me on the Tarrant Tatler just the other day.
Evidently, there's a way for someone to do something and put somebody else's name on it, because
Okay.
she hasn't put anything on Facebook in a while.
And I've never disrespected you or your wife. And I feel that way because I have a spouse and won't be unto anyone that disrespects Mr. Bradford.
I see that, and so then here we have the question: is it his wife doing it, or is it someone particular? Because if you are a colossal shit stirrer in Tarrant, Alabama, and you know that this is the hot button, like this would be the place to put on that Milady fake profile picture and name and drop some spicy comments.
I'm just here to tell anybody.
And that's
So
what I'm
she
talking
does
about.
put on the-
This was about me and not my wife, and now.
But your
the subject
wife
has changed.
your wife puts herself in politics by posting things on Facebook.
I'm going to say it, though. I don't know anything about this guy's wife. I don't really care. His wife isn't there at the meeting. His wife is not the one that the guy's right at this point. He's like, my wife is not, this is not about my wife. No, this is about your wife and what she posts. That's not me. That's not me at all. You can't hold someone responsible for someone else's words. She posts on your behalf. No, she does. Nobody posts on my behalf. Oh, no. I wonder how this is going to keep going, though.
And she attributes it to you.
Mr.
If
Mayor,
you don't want your family involved, then she shouldn't post
my
things
wife can do
and
what she
attribute
wants
to
to
you.
do. She's a big girl. She can take care of herself. And I'd appreciate it if you want to talk to me about what I do, you can talk to me about what I do. I'm big enough to take care of
Well,
myself.
Well, even
Your
your
wife
wife
seems
did
to
say
have
on there
a
that you
fixation
were against
of-
LGBTQ. She said that in one of those groups.
Use the N-word.
Jesus.
Yeah.
And she calls us
The
blacks. I'm
N-word.
the other
The
black
N-word. Let's
girl.
get to the N-word.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay. Anyone who starts the sentence with the N-word, let's get to the N-word. Uh-oh. I don't know if this is going to, I don't know how this is going to go.
Do we have, hey,
Oh, yeah, I do want to address what I have to say.
do we have a house nigger in here?
Yeah, you.
What?
Okay.
Do we? Hey, do we? Would she please stand up?
Y'all are seeing this, right? Camera? All right.
That's what Miss Freeman was called.
That's what the mayor called her. What do y'all think about that?
Oh, but he brings it back around. That's the twist. I didn't even know that was the twist. All I saw was him dropping the N-word. But that's what the mayor called her. Ooh.
Huh? Y'all like that?
In executive session. It was not any of us.
I want to read something,
got
Chuck.
quiet all of a
Chuck,
sudden.
I want to read something else that Nancy Brown.
He played that reverse trap card. What up, Mayor? Oh, shit. They don't know what to do. And the city council seems to be on the white guy side. The one lady said in executive session, it wasn't any of us. I mean, if this exact same thing happened in, I don't know, Seattle, do you think anybody in that room would even be alive right now?
Brian posted. She says
And Mayor's deflecting, right? Back to the wife. Back to the wife. Let me say what your wife said. Let me quickly tell you what your wife said. Let me tell these people what your wife said.
question where he lives. He owns multiple rental houses in Tarrant, but no one we have talked to knows where he lives. The address given for him at one point is a rental with a Hispanic family living there. He told my husband he is rich and can live anywhere he wants to. This was after he belittled Tarrant and said only poor people live here.
This lady's crying. She's fucking crying in the bottom.
He seems to think being mayor made him God. As for how he got elected, he sent vans to pick up people who probably never voted before. He promised them things for their participation to get a black mayor elected. Not sure if he paid them anything or brought a meal for them to come, but there was van after van with this name on them coming to City Hall. Of course, they were all full of blacks. Smiley face.
Okay. I mean, I agree with the lady that just got up here and spoke. I've had people approach me at Little League softball games that have lived in this town. And
You hear the hysterical crying from the hallway. She is out of the room and behind a closed door. Oh my God. What happened? Now look, I know an offensive word was spoken, but I don't know if she's crying about that. If she's crying about the mayor. Is she married to the mayor? I don't know anything about any of these people, but oh Jesus.
Seen what's going on in our city council meetings, and they refer to it as a circus, and I would have to agree with them.
What are you talking about? This isn't a circus.
I've gotten more involved in coming to city council just for the fact that, I mean, I've been to city council in previous administrations, but, you know, here lately I've had the time to be here, and all this, you know, I believe that he's got the best interest of his district. Ms. Crawford was not my city council. Laura Horton was. I asked Ms. Horton about voting for the mayor, and
She's still sobbing uncontrollably, or very controllably. One of those two.
she told me, I don't know what to tell you, because I didn't know that you ran a hell of a campaign. I'll have to admit that. You know, you put out the footwork and everything. She did too. She came to my house. But because I had a relationship with Ms. Horton over the years, I voted for Ms. Horton. I've talked to this lady enough to know that she cares about our district, okay? I've talked to you. I've told you that I agree with a lot of things that are going on that you're doing. I hope that you fill every storefront on Main Street with a minority business. That can only be a benefit to this city.
But first of all, that's the problem. Why are you saying with a minority business? If you looked at who voted, hold up. If you look at the people, my supporters, they're black, they're white, they're gay, they're straight, they're Buddhist, they're Muslim, they're Christian, they're atheist.
Okay, this is the point.
Wait a minute. This is Tarrant, Alabama. I think he just named more categories than there are people in the town. But Wasn't he talking about quote unquote the minority business in context of a conversation he was having with one of the councilmen about a minority business? Like, wasn't that the point?
Point that I want to get to.
The
Because
problem,
it always-
but
it always-
this is the problem, though. There is this narrative going in this city that somehow I'm this big black wolf
I don't think anybody. No.
boogeyman that I'm coming to turn the city.
And I
The
don't-
problem is,
I don't
but
agree
this
with
is the
that.
problem. This is the problem, though. If I did what the previous mayor did, if I had her hiring practices, then they really hate it. I make it a
I don't
point to
agree
hire
with-
diverse-
I don't agree with what you
diverse
just said.
people.
I believe that you're progressive in what you're trying to do. You've got ideas about how to change the city. I think that maybe some of your practices might be abrasive, and that's proven right here, because you have problems. You and her fight like cats and dogs. You and him fight like cats and dogs. That's not racist. That's just trying to gel.
Did you understand? Did you comprehend what his wife is saying
I
about me?
understand.
Did you comprehend? Uh-oh. Now we got some education bigotry going on. Well, you sound like a Southern boy, so you must not have comprehended what I was saying.
That, but like I said,
If I called you, he called me a boy.
No,
He called me a boy.
no,
and
no.
his rebuttal,
Called me a boy.
No, I did not.
So-
No, I did not.
Again-
No, I did not.
I mean, we're splitting hairs
Yeah.
there.
No, I
Okay.
did not.
This is the thing. I give the same energy that I
It's just
receive.
like they say that politics, and this is politics, makes for strange bedfellows, and for y'all to get in.
All right, this is good. I think we got past the really spicy stuff. Look, I don't know anything about any of these people. I just heard city councilman drops an N-bomb at the council meeting. I was not expecting the reverse card being played, right? Uno reverse. Suddenly it's the mayor. He's quoting the mayor to do that. And I'm guessing. So here's my theory, by the way. Here's my theory. I have a theory about what happened. I think I can explain things. Tell you what, up here, he says, let's get to the N-word, let's get to the N-word. So he stands up and he pointed down the row. You notice this is important detail. He said, do we have a house N-word in the room? But he pointed and he said, would she please stand up? Okay? I think that's why the woman was crying, is because he said that's what the mayor called her. So he was revisiting the mayor calling the crying lady the house N-word. That's what happened. And so the crying lady was having to go back to the fact that, she was then, she was having to revisit that experience. That's what happened there. That's, if my brain tells me what's going on, that's why she was crying. She probably was very deeply offended by that when the mayor said it the first time. Probably wanted to move on from that, not have that be part of things. So this guy brings it back up. It sounds like it's what the mayor did was the bad thing. And then, that's probably something she wants to move on from. And then that gets brought back is my guess. I think that's what happened there. That is exactly what Bryant said about the manor. Okay. Yeah, there you go. That makes some sense. Oh boy. Shouldn't have brought up his wife's tweets repeatedly. I agree. Now, should the guy drop the N-word at the city council meeting? Not very tactful. Not the best look, not the best move. I don't recommend it. I get his point. He's certainly free to do that. And And what I found amazing was the rather rational response of about almost everybody in the room. Almost everyone in the room had a rational, like measured response to the fact that that happened. Again, if you did that in a city council meeting in Seattle or one of its suburbs, a suburb of any major metro area, there would have been literal bloodshed. There would have been literal bloodshed. Yes, he should have. I'm okay with it. Look, it's but see, the problem is it doesn't really matter. I know this is an esoteric problem or whatever. It's not real, because the critics of this person aren't going to care whether he said the word or not. But because he said the word, that's the clip that goes around, and nothing else. No point he was making matters unless someone's going to take the time. But that clip of him saying it truncates what most people are going to pay attention to. To be honest, again, all I had was the very short clip of him standing up saying the N-word. I'd seen 30 seconds of this. That's it. I had not seen any of the surrounding context before or after. And so, but that's what's going around. It's amazing how much power people have given that word. It's amazing. Words don't have power. They don't. You give them power. You give language the ability to cause damage, to change opinions, to do whatever. An interesting sort of discussion I've had with people is like, well, you're a Christian, but you swear a lot. And I'm like, well, what's a profane word? Like, none of the words that we use as profanity existed at the time that the Bible was written, or any of the books. None of them even existed. They couldn't be fathomed as profane words. So what about these words make them bad? Well, it's like, well, it's kind of what the word means or how you use it. It's like, aha, but then anything could be profane if you use it inappropriately, if you use it to do damage, if you use language in this way. But that has to be given. That has to be accepted. People can tell you whatever they want, and unless you accept the meaning and the intent of those words, they don't really mean anything. And but the N word in the United States has transcended that. It's transcended that. It has become a word of power, like from a fiction book, where if you say this word, things happen, people are destroyed. But you say it at great risk to yourself or whatever. It's like this weird, like, fantasy novel magic word. In Warhammer, it's called Nuncia or whatever. That would be the analog, that you can use these words, but they injure you to use them, but they have great power. It's weird, man. I don't get it. It's a word. It's a word. And there are other words. None of them, I really don't think that there's anything that measures up in the same way because of what we've made it into. But there are other similar words that are patently offensive for some people, and it's all in how you take it. But the word colored used to be that way, and then it was actually taken. The NAACP took it. Other people took it, and then now it's been on a rebound as being a word of power. But again, these are just syllables. They don't have meaning except what you impute upon them. And the fact that people are willing to subject themselves and subject others to damage through vocabulary is something I will never understand. But I learned a long time ago, like people's words and insults, bullying or whatever, is only what you give it. It's only what you give it. I had to learn that in school because people are mean in school. How very interesting, not boring at all. Listen here, you sweet and sour pork word. I don't know what that is. But, okay, we've got a chat from Dogsplain. Says, stop me if you've heard this one. But Pixlexia says, between Shell Bell and Monica Rial, there's enough swamp ass to cover the entire Milky Way galaxy. I'd have included all of the parallel universes, too. Wow. Gross. Gross. TJ says, holy moly, that was some crazy shit going on in the background, in the backwards A-Town, lol, sweet home Alabama. I only ever drove through Alabama and am now really glad that's all I did. Although the one cop I ran into gassing up was cool AF, lol. Okay, so here's the story. This is a change of pace. Where was that? Look at this shit. This blew my mind today when I read it. New Mexico is the second state to make gas stations liable for DUI. Yes, I have my 1K drink. I just poured it. So this is a variation on a law or on a legal concept that exists where bars have some liability. If a bar serves a beverage to someone they know to be intoxicated, and that person gets in a car and drives off and kills someone, the bar can actually be liable for serving the person the alcohol after they knew they were intoxicated. Even though the bar has absolutely nothing to do with that person getting behind the wheel of a car, driving away, and killing someone. So if you've ever seen someone cut off at a bar because the bar's like, nope, not going to serve you anymore. Like, for example, if you've ever gone drinking in Houston, Texas with Cecil. If you've gone drinking in Houston with Cecil, you would know that eventually someone can get to a stage of inebriation where even a bartender will say, nope, we will turn away your money. You cannot have any more liquor. This is why when someone is visibly intoxicated at the discretion of the bartender, they are to cut them off. If they find out that they served them after knowing they were intoxicated, which would come through testimony and all that stuff, if they did that, then they would be liable for damage that was caused by the alcoholic person. They accept a duty of custodial care. I disagree with this. I do not think that the bar is responsible for the actions of the bar hound. However, that's the law. Now they're extending this in New Mexico, and this is already the law in Tennessee, where the same responsibility applies to a gas station that sells gas to a person who is intoxicated. So if someone who is presumably already drunk driving rolls up to the gas station, gets out, fills up their car, gets back in their car, drives onto the highway and slams into a family and kills everybody, then the gas station is at fault for selling them gas. And Kamikaze Pilot has the number one question. What if you pay at the pump? Don't know. I guess that would be the argument from the gas station, but it's not an outright defense. As far as I can tell, this isn't a law being passed, by the way. This is judges determining civil liability based on these concepts, and they're borrowing from the bar concept. They're also borrowing from another concept where someone lends a car. If you lend a car to someone you know to be intoxicated and they drive off with the car and then kill someone, that's your fault. You can't let a drunk driver borrow your car or you assume the liability. But in the bar scenario, which I disagree with the lending the car scenario, which I more agree with, but I still don't know if I do. There's a very big difference between that and gas stations, because under both of those circumstances, the knowledge of the person's intoxication is critical because you're giving them the keys. They didn't steal your keys, right? Like, they're not surreptitiously take your car and then kill a family. That's on them. You give them the car and they kill a family. That's on you. Civilly, not criminally. And then the bar, serve them a drink after you know them to be intoxicated. So I don't know. It's very possible that there's an exception. If they pay at the pump, they had no interaction with staff. But then you know what the retort is going to be. You already know what the plaintiff's lawyer, the plaintiff representing a dead 4-year-old, right? And a permanently crippled mother. Permanently crippled, wheelchair-bound, single mom, former mom of a dead 4-year-old. Okay? Because that's the case. That case comes in to court, and the plaintiff's lawyer says the gas station is liable because the drunk guy doesn't have anything to take. It's just a random drunk guy driving a Fiat around or whatever. So their drunk guy doesn't have any money. You know, he might have like 10 grand or something. That's about it. Saved up. But the rest of it, he's in debt like everybody else. He doesn't have anything to take. So they go after the gas station because the gas station has money to take. So now they come in there and they say, what do you mean you didn't know he was intoxicated? Don't you have surveillance cameras? Oh, why do you have those surveillance cameras? Well, we monitor the surveillance cameras to make sure people aren't committing illegal activity. Oh, okay. So you can watch it for illegal activity against your store, but not illegal activity against the public. You can use these surveillance cameras, which are presumably going to somehow stop someone from committing a criminal act to your store. And that'll happen while your guy's on duty. But you could not be bothered to watch for a drunk driver stumbling out of his car and paying at the pump. That would be the argument. And you got a dead 4-year-old and a crippled mom to stand on. And you got a jury ready to cry about it. That's I saw this today and I was like, that blows my mind. I mean, I get the legal theories behind it, but seeing it applied is just it. I was like, really? Feels like a time for lawyers are the worst people. I mean, they are, but at the same time, like it really sucks that the drunk driver guy killed the 4-year-old and you can't get anything out of the drunk driver guy either, right? That sucks. How do you compensate the loss for the mom who's permanently paralyzed? Like, it doesn't make any sense because for the gas station, it's shit. But for the victims, they had nothing to do with this, right? Like the mom and the dead kid, they didn't do anything. They were just driving, sober, driving down the road, get plowed into. Turns out, well, sorry, you didn't get hit by a millionaire, so you don't get anything. Oh, and by the way, you didn't have insurance, so you get up to your policy limit. Here's $20,000 for your dead kid. It's tough. It's tough. It's a tough one. That's what makes it nasty. But I don't agree with it at the end of the day. You know, it sucks. It sucks when you get harmed by someone with nothing to take. But it also isn't fair to the gas station that someone bought gas from them. They're not doing nystagmus tests. They're not doing sobriety tests here. They're not trying to figure out, look, You come in, you buy your bag of Doritos, you get your $12 worth of gas, and you drive away. It's a gas station. Person's getting paid minimum wage, hoping to not have to shoot someone that day. SD0 says, why only gas stations? Why not grocery stores that sell booze? No, that's different. It's not because the gas station sold them booze. If a grocery store sold a 12-pack to someone who is visibly intoxicated, the grocery store would be liable for damages in the same way. It's not $12 because that's how cheap gas is. It's $12 because that's all the drunk guy had left after the bar. That's just all he had. I know the gas costs more than $12. Filling up my my van's gas tank costs like $78 right now. So why not gun manufacturers? By that logic, it's the same. Shh, don't tell them. It's slightly different. It's slightly different. Again, you may be able to argue that the gas station didn't have any knowledge of the person's intoxication, therefore they're not liable. This hinges on that the gas station either knew or should have known that the person was intoxicated. The gun argument is different. The gun manufacturer doesn't have any way to know or should know if that person is going to be intoxicated later when they shoot someone or something like that. Now, there is a question. See, we have a federal form that stops most of this. Your gun application form, right? Your right to purchase on a government form that you file when you buy a gun, that is supposed to weed out those sorts of issues. That's why the gun manufacturers or the gun retailers, more appropriately, don't assume a duty of care, because the government has taken the duty of care. The government says, we're going to force you to run this background check. And by forcing you to run the background check, we'll assume the liability for what's on the check. The store isn't liable because the store gets a background check, and if the person passes it, they sell them the gun. If the background check was incomplete, which we did have, who was that in Texas? The shooter should not have been able to buy a gun because he had naval charges from his time in the Navy, which, if they had been properly reported, they would have precluded him from, they would have shown up on a background check, which would have precluded him from owning a gun. But the records office at, I think it was Navy, but it might have been Air Force. The records office didn't pass those charges along to the ATF. So therefore, he didn't show up on the national background check system when it was done. It was the Air Force. Okay, thank you. I couldn't remember. But yeah. Mel Klump, good question. Now you're thinking like a lawyer, right? Like legal. How much gas did the driver have? Maybe the gas he had would have been enough to do the same. That's a great argument for the gas station. Him stopping for gas at our gas station did not allow him to do this. He was already able. He got into an accident a mile and a half away. We saw that he got 15 gallons of gas. That's enough to fill up the tank to the point of him having a gallon and a half left in the tank. Therefore, we know for a fact that he could have gone that 2 miles and still done the damage. Even if he hadn't stopped at our store, we're not liable. Good argument. Maybe it works. Don't I have a 30-second song to show? Do I want to get a DMCA? I want to do it. I don't know. Maybe. Where is that? Well, that's an old story. Uh, where the fuck is... God damn it. Oh. Aha! Think I can find it here. What? Is this it? Okay, here we go. How do I gotta download this. Just a second. Oh, this is all the worst. Okay. Okay, I should have just muted all that. Here we go. This is someone in a degenerate in the Discord made this. This is not my fault. This is not my fault.
I mean, that's not
Do we have, hey, do we have a house figure in here? Do we? Hey, do we? Would she please stand up?
Okay. There you go. Oh shit, yeah, that that was way loud, sorry. It's cuz I still have the gain way up now. Fucking, why can't everything just have audio normalization on it? Like, are we not there yet? Where we can just have normalized audio all over the place? Can we do that? Oh well. Jane Doe says, speaking of worse, please react to how BLK ruined Back That Ass Up with Vax That Thing Up. It's short and shows how the poke is being pushed to the black community. No vaxing, no vucking. Shirt and go get the shot lyrics were. Oh, Jesus Christ. BLK. Is this a rap artist? You were referring to a 30-second music video I might have shared on Twitter? Oh, I thought... Okay.
You finna online date chat, find a mate chat, open up BLK ass, okay.
Nope, it's done. Fuck you. Fuck you. Die. Fuck off. In Minecraft or whatever. Stop it. Stop it. Can you imagine these fucking simps for government? Terrible. Terrible. Ew. Just end it all. 30-second music video that I posted on Twitter. Oh, you're right. Yes. Yes, you're right. This is very important. Are you ready? This 30-second music video is called Oh Sophie.
Oh Sophie.
Oh God.
Oh Sophie. Oh Sophie.
Ugh.
I'm so proud of you.
For what?
You are such a precious child.
Ugh.
You can do anything.
Ugh. Okay. So this goes back to something what I've said. What I said right above it. Ugh. You thought this wasn't a vest stream? Every stream's a vest stream. So I posted this. The weird women fetishizing Sophie Long's case are objectively terrible and unlikable. I'll continue to tell them so no matter how many false privacy flags they send to YouTube. Can't wait for the bar complaints. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. These sad, gross, lonely ladies of the internet have latched themselves on to this little girl. They've fetishized Sophie Long. Yeah, that was a musical homage to the little girl who is stuck between her parents in a nasty divorce dispute. And that's that woman's song homage to this little girl. I don't know anything about the singer of that. I don't care. I don't want to know anything about the singer of that. It was horrible. They're a bad singer. They should feel bad about their life choices that brought them to this. But that's a separate issue. That is part of the fetishization that these women have over this issue. They're stuck in life and they need something to hold on to. That was posted by the same person who stream sniped me yesterday. Oh, was it? Oh, it was? Yeah. Yeah, it was. Disgusting. But I don't think they actually made it. They're not the ones who made the video. These are thieves. Hold on, I'm muting it to see if we can. Again, Squishy the cat's a thief. Mama. Don't you dare quote Kiss from a Rose in this chat, mama. You will respect Seal's Kiss from a Rose. That's not Squishy Cat. No, Squishy the Cat is a different person. I believe. Squishy the Cat has been doxxed, so you can actually check the names. Because the person who posted the song is Christine Rosem or something. God, that was a terrible song. And Squishy the Cat, no, her name. That's not her name. Squishy is also a drug addict that puts her child in danger to do drugs like heroin. I mean, that was a joke that she made in the chat, but I don't know that to be true. Squishy the Cat also has a warrant out for her arrest. Oh, is that confirmed? I wasn't sure that was confirmed, so I didn't say it. What disgusting people. You confirmed it. By the way, Dan Vask, My man who does metal covers from the land of Brazil did a really nice cover of Kiss from a Rose by Seal. I recommend everybody check it out. He's a good dude, by the way. And he's a great YouTuber, good singer, good metal covers, but he's good. Matthew Sad, show the pic of what? Okay, what's next? Damn it, I was going to do a Ridge wallet ad today, and I forgot. It's so late. I'll do one tomorrow. Check out Frog Leap Studios. He does awesome. Yeah, I've seen him too. He's good. Did I have another story? Oh, I did. This is good. Uh-oh. The Deus vaulting commences. U.S. church official resigns after news outlet uses phone data to out him as a Grindr user. Jeffrey Burrell steps down after Catholic media outlet obtained cell phone data that revealed he was user of gay dating app. Deus Volt? Top administrator of the U.S. Conference of Catholic Bishops resigned after cell phone data revealed that he was a frequent user of Grindr, queer dating app, and regularly visited gay bars. In a statement released on Tuesday, the organization announced that Monsignor Jeffrey Burrell had resigned as its general secretary after the group learned of impending media reports alleging possible improper behavior. I guess the possible improper behavior was either pitching or catching. I don't know. It sounds like a major leaguer. Sauce says you have the right to comment back on her post. What post? What post are you talking about? Since last November, Burrell has been the organization's top administrator, but in bed he's a bottom. As general secretary, he was in charge of coordinating all administrative work and planning for the conference, which is the country's network for Catholic bishops. Catholic media outlet The Pillar first detected Burrell's activities by obtaining device location data from a data vendor before hiring a consulting firm to analyze the records. According to commercially available records of app signal data obtained by The Pillar, a mobile device correlated to Burrell emitted app data signals from the location-based hookup app Grindr on a near daily basis during parts of 2018, 2019, 2020. Data app signal suggests he was at the same time engaged in serial and illicit sexual activities. So I found this one. So you're saying you're latent Catholic? I suppose. All I can say is at least he was going after grown men. We all know it could have been way worse. Oh, yeah, he didn't do anything illegal here. Just the Catholics are like, brother, get the flamer. And by flamer, they meant this guy. In addition, data obtained by The Pillar revealed that in June 2018, the mobile device correlated to Burrell emitted signals from Entourage, which bills itself as Las Vegas's gay bathhouse. As a priest, Burrell is required to take a vow of celibacy. Additionally, many Catholic teachings consider sexual activity outside of heterosexual marriage sinful. As a priest, yeah, that's the important one here. Like, this is more important than the other one. He's a priest. He can't be out fucking. It doesn't matter if he's fucking men or fucking women. He can't do it. He can't be pounding cheeks of any gender. That's the issue. Like, they want this to be about the sexual app, but it's any Catholic administration official, any Catholic bishop, if they were caught on Christians Mingle or whatever, christianmingle.com, they would still be the same thing. Like, yeah, you can't be clapping cheeks. You're a priest. That's the weirdest fucking rule anyway. It's from Paul though. They're emulating Paul. Paul's like, look, I don't need bitches. I don't need anybody else. I got the Lord, and that's enough. I've been celibate for 5 years. Am I a priest now? Yes. Okay, there you go. Mercado Law is sponsored by Grindr. God, that'd be funny. I'd take their money. Squishy Hunter says I was present when the crap with Ken went down, and I have to say, F all of those people for what they did. You're doing the Lord's work, Nick. P.S. My name is just a coincidence and a hilarious misfortune for Squishy the cat. Wait, really? That's Squishy Hunter was not planned? Wow. Okay, I want to share something here. This is a little different, a little more personal. I've got a GoFundMe to share. And this was sent to me by my dad. This is sent to me by my dad. So it's no one associated with the show or anything like that. And he said, "Hey, if you think about it, you don't have to or anything, but would you please share this?" And so I'm sharing this one because my dad asked me to. And if your dad asks you to do something, you think about it, right? You think about it. And so, long story short, and I'll tell you a little bit. Help Bree stay home during William's cancer battle. So the end of the day is this guy. This guy William has cancer, and Bree is the mom of the kid with cancer, and basically Bree has to stop working in the way that she's been working because she has to help this guy. So Bree's older son was diagnosed at the age of 8 with multiple variants of connective tissue disorder, EDS, including a life-threatening vascular and the kyphoscoliotic forms. He also has leg calv-perthus disease, a very rare condition that results in the death of the head of the femur. Bree has cared for him through numerous major surgeries, including 2 hip replacements as well as growth plate replacement, complications, and removal. His rare EDS subtypes in particular require annual visits to the cardiologist to monitor his heart condition. Several years ago, Bree was laid off from her job and was violently assaulted by her then husband, not the father of her children, who was later convicted and imprisoned. With no source of income, bills piled up, bank foreclosed on her home and repossessed her car. She held her chin, so let's see. Despite her go-get-em attitude, the years of medical expenses and the perfect storm of tragedies have left Bree in debt. Truck has a staggering 273,000 miles on it. Never-ending repairs have increased her debt a further 3,000 in the past 2 months alone. And then the cancer struck. On June 11th, her 10-year-old son William began peeing blood. What began as a presumed urinary tract infection rapidly spiraled into a parent's worst nightmare. An ultrasound revealed 2 tumors on his left kidney, each the size of a large egg. 1 week later, William had a CT scan of his chest, abdomen, and pelvis. His small body is riddled with tumors. They were found on multiple major organs. Biopsy of the kidney confirmed that William has renal cell carcinoma, which rarely occurs in children, and it was already at stage 4. While meeting with the oncologist to discuss the results, Bree mentioned the blisters in William's mouth. Those two, the oncologist said, were likely cancerous lesions. His crippling headaches were also concerning. So here's what we got. We got a really, really sick kid from a mom with another really sick kid. She's been working to do this on her own with the first kid, but then the second one, gets a lot of misfortune. I don't know these people. My dad has a tangential connection to these people through someone who is mutually associated. I know that I'm not gonna. It's not my story to tell, but I know that my parents are trying to help out this family personally, and their own way, and that's separate from this. But there is this GoFundMe. If you here, let me I'll share the link in the chat. I'm bad at this. If you would consider it, please do. It's a tough one. And like anything that I ever endorse in any specific detail like this, I'm gonna put my money where my mouth is, and I'm gonna donate right now. So let me do that while I'm thinking about it. Tip GoFundMe services, $0. No, thank you. I've brought GoFundMe enough tips. So go. Da-da-da. Go. So I am donating. Almost done here. Okay, posting my comment. There we go. So, here we go. So we've got some donations already coming in. Thank you guys so much for this. Mine is here. Like I said, I would never ask people to donate any money to anybody or support something that I'm not willing to support. You know, if someone asks me to mention something, I'm going to do it, right? I'll mention it. They throw a super chat. Hey, will you mention my GoFundMe? Sure. But if I'm gonna tell people, hey, this is one that I've got some verification on. I know this is a real thing. I know this isn't a scam to the best of my knowledge and all that stuff. Then I'm gonna put my money on it too. So I've donated. I see some donations that are coming in just now and in the past couple minutes, and thank you all for that. There's some people out there. Oh wait, let's go back to it. We've already added $500 to the total. So thank you guys for that. And if anybody else wants to donate and feels like donating, please do. If you can't, please, take care of yourself. But if you got a couple extra bucks, there's a family out there that could really use it. So there you go. There you go. Thank you for that. Marty Lund says, what's worse about this turbulent priest? He was in charge of apostolic formation, i.e. in charge of the lives of all the young men in the seminary, picking and choosing who stays and who goes. No ulterior motive there. Yeah, gross. Gross. Backgoat, 300 was not me. I donated 250. I wasn't anonymous. I don't know who donated the $300, but I put in the 250. Spectre Gaming says, Critical K, one of the Baron Wombs who is targeting you and Ken, is being sued for defamation right now for $1 million. Oh, that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. Liar, I'm all of the... Oh, that's right. I am all of the anonymous donations. That's true. That's true. I forgot about that. I have to conveniently forget about that. Otherwise, my secret would be exposed. Okay, were there any other news stories? We are going to do a movie night tonight on Twitch. By the way, started Doki Doki Literature Club or Doki Doki, or I don't fucking know what it is. I don't speak Japanese, so I don't know what it is. But yeah. Let's see. Do I have anything else I want to talk about before we go? There, I mean, I got a bunch of political stories that are all kind of dumb. It's just politicians being politicians, so I don't know if we need to. Boondock Saints is on Prime. We already did Boondock Saints. Death Sport? That sounds good. We've never watched that before. Not an anime, is it? No, it's not. But yeah. So so Doki Doki will be tomorrow. I'm going to play through it. I'm committed to this one. So we'll be doing that tomorrow. Have you played Black Desert online before? No, because the internet told me I'm racist. I could only play White Desert online. Doesn't have as many people. What about Tropic Thunder? We've already watched that. Can we watch Bound again? I think they removed it. Otherwise, I'd say yes, just to punish the chat. UHF with Weird Al needs to come back to Prime. We watched UHF. I don't think it held up. Now, I was a big fan of UHF. I really was. I liked that movie. I loved it as a kid. I watched it all the time. It had its funny moments, but I really, like, looking back on it, I don't think it held up at all. Watch PC. If PCU was on Prime, I would. PCU is great. Highlander we did watch on Prime a long time ago. Highlander 2 is also on Prime, though. Okay, we need to... Batgoat says it did too. Hold up. Look, I love Weird Al. I went to see Weird Al live. I think he's great. He's one of the funniest guys around. And I would... I loved UHF as a kid. It was really slow. The pacing on it was really bad. The jokes were kind of too far between and a little overdone. It was very 80s physical comedy, which was fine. And there were some okay parts, but there were really a lot of slow parts in it. I'm not going to, just because I love Weird Al, I'm not going to sit and go through and just say that it's all good, though. Wait, anything else? Did you guys hear Biden say this? Airheads is not on Prime. God, I wish it was. I ain't farting on no snare drum.
Democrats or the Biden is hiding people and sucking the blood of children no, I'm serious. That's
just one more time, just in case you didn't hear it in the back.
Democrats or the Biden is hiding people and sucking the blood of children no, I'm serious. That's
there you go. Good job, Biden. Very, very funny. Let's see. Was there anything else? Oh, I guess. Barnes had a good tweet real quick. That I wanted to cover because this is a contentious point. If Black Rifle Coffee is sincere in regretting its New York Times interview, though the company and CEO both promoted the New York Times story, then they can start with an apology to Kyle Rittenhouse. Bon says, will you go to Alex Jones' show if he invited you? Yeah. 1,000,000,000%. I would have Alex Jones on this show. I would go on his show. Yeah, I think it'd be hilarious. That guy is great. But here we go. So Black Rifle, what do you guys think of Black Rifle Coffee Company? They came out like they had these very manly commercials, and stuff like that. Their ads seemed pretty red-pilled, but then it just seemed like when Kyle's case comes up, and I don't think it's a controversial pro-Second Amendment position to say that Kyle Rittenhouse defended himself legally. But they explain their stance on self-defense in this interview. How long is this shit? "26 minutes? Fuck that out. Or that. That's terrible. So they want the New York Times readers to know it. Quote. So this is the Black Rifle Coffee Company quote. I'm going to read it. Let's zoom in. Zoom and enhance. "You can't let sections of your customers hijack your brand and say, this is who you are." Matt Best, the executive vice president, told me. "It's like, no, we define that. The Rittenhouse episode may have cost the company thousands of customers, but Hafer believed it also allowed Black Rifle to draw a line in the sand. It's such a repugnant group of people," Hafer said. "It's like the worst of American society, and I got to flush the toilet on some of those people that kind of hijacked portions of the brand." Then again, what Hafer insisted was a super clear delineation was not too clear to everyone, as Munchel's choice of headgear vividly demonstrated. The racism shit really pisses me off," Hafer said. "I hate racist, proud boyish people. Like, I'll pay them to leave my customer base. I would gladly chop all of those people out of my fucking customer base and pay them to get the fuck out." Can you imagine? You're built on the Second Amendment. Like you sold yourself as self-defense, right to own guns, be manly, be cool or whatever. And then someone has a gun, clearly defends himself, and they're like, they're first of all, they're like, then people are like, "Hey, why aren't you saying anything?" Like, "No, fuck you. Get out of here. We hate all of you. We'll pay you to leave." Okay. Everybody can leave. Wow. Weird choices people make, man. Weird choices. Okay, that's enough drama for today. I'll mention it briefly, but we're not going to go into it. Eris, who, look, I've learned a little bit about Eris recently, which makes it even funnier. But apparently this person has a habit of doing this, of going to various communities, trying to make friends and failing miserably because they're such an insufferable person to be around. Eris is, and I believe was after being banned from my community, was subsequently banned from the Dick Show community. And it didn't take very long at all. And then went to another community and got banned there. Anyway, I'll just mention they're still screaming on the Fediverse. Because this just reinforces what I was saying. This person has several mental disorders, but the only one I'm going to talk about is the one where they don't know how to have a conversation go and then go away. They'll keep going forever, And because that's how they control someone. That's how they take control in their life where they don't have any, is to force people to interact with them. And then when they don't, have a Karensburg out about it. So that's what happened over there. I'm not gonna like show you all the messages. Keck, one of my Discord admins, posted hundreds and hundreds of screenshots of this weirdo's messages. So, or no. Sorry. That's incorrect. Keck posted hundreds and hundreds of messages from the Karen live stream. That's way different. That's way different than the Eris person. My mistake. That's the drinking. That GoFundMe reached $5,300. Oh, good. It's amazing, you guys. That is so cool. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Again, a couple of our dollars means the world to someone. And I think that's pretty cool. Okay. Let's what is the GoFundMe link? Bat Radar, here it is. When you call yourself Eris, what do you expect that one to do? Let me just suggest that maybe he wishes he was an Eris. Maybe. Okay, I don't want to talk about that person anymore. I was just bringing up that they're still going. They're still going. They're still going on it. It's amazing. Hated 7 Days to Die says, did not have the best birthday. Glad to give half of the stream to listen, or glad to have half of the stream to listen to still. May better days wait for us ahead. I'm sorry to hear that, buddy. I hope your day gets better. Irby says, if those Karens suddenly claimed that they were post-op trans people with their necrotic axe wounds and barren wombs, the chat wouldn't doubt them since they look grotesque and might need cables instead of ropes to hang themselves. Cheers, Nick. Whoa. That was a lot. That was a lot. Tom Bombathrill, how's Ken doing? He's right there in the chat. You can talk to him. He's got if anybody wants to support Ken, they should go support him on either Locals or OnlyFans. By the way, you can give people a one-time tip on Locals. So, GoFundMe's or whatever. Locals has the ability, like, say, you know what? I just want to support Ken. I don't really want to do like $5 a month or something like that. He's posted it in the chat. You can go and click on that link. You can give him a one-time tip. And then, never have to deal with it again. If you just say, you know what happened to this guy is shit, and I want to support him, you can do that without making a monthly commitment that you then have to cancel and all that stuff. So you can do that. Sauce says, sorry, I'm 25 minutes behind. The mayor has the ability to comment on the wife's Facebook post. Yes, you're right. Yeah. Yeah, instead of bringing it up at the city council meeting, he could have just commented on the post. Could have had the discussion with her instead of with her husband. Okay, sorry. Crusader Saracen says, these small town Minnesota lawyers that the Satan tries to make beautiful, Allah marks them with that nose. He says, oh yeah, if you're a true Texan, let us hear you say, I reckon. I reckon. Look, I never really used I reckon. Reckon it was a little southern even for me. That's East Texas. You got a lot of, look, as you go east in Texas, the vowels get a little bit longer. The I's become a little bit more like I's. That one guy says the positive side to that is that if we were all as ruthless and self-interested as Bezos, we wouldn't work for people who make us piss in bottles and live in penalty boxes. We'd start our own businesses and countries. Independence requires some grit. For example, I've been looking for a different job for a couple months now because my employer has turned into a bunch of virus-obsessed scumfucks that I don't want to deal with anymore, and I won't as soon as I have the option not to. Call me Bezos too. Well, when you come back from space, I will. If you're a Minnesotan, I want to hear you. Yeah, you know, I'm not a Minnesotan though. Not a Minnesotan though. No, thank you. I mean, I live here, but. Where Tiger Ray says, so Ron is Mark Zaid if Mark Zaid actually did things. No, Mark Zaid is terrible. Kool-Aid Man says, oh yeah. So Nick, I got to tell you about my latest fetish. I find me a woman with a fake leg. She gets on my pitcher, pours sugar in it, and stirs the delicious Kool-Aid with a fake leg. Then we snort some meth off her leg, and she gives me a 1-foot job. That's horrifying. Thank you for ruining my night. Malik Foxon says, watch the whole damn thing. Everyone's already glossing over the bullshit that was happening before the N-bomb. This man is going to be labeled as a racist, and he's going to be destroyed. The mayor is going to race bait, and his instigation is going to be ignored. Silky Johnson says, hey, Nick, do you and Razorfist still have beef? Razorfist and I have never had beef that I'm aware of. Have you ever thought of inviting him on for a show? Yeah, I love that guy. He's great. Also, ever think of inviting Styx Hexenhammer on? I already said I've thought of inviting Razorfist on. Two good bass dudes, and I think it would be a good show with either of them, and White House is asshole. I've had Razor on the show twice. I had Razor on the show to talk about Michael Jackson, had Razor on the show to talk about Arizona on election night. I'd love to talk to him at any time, but he's a busy guy, and so, you know, I'm not gonna like run around bothering him or anything like that. But as far as I know, we don't have any beef. I mean, he and I think disagree on a couple things. That's fine. I disagree with me sometimes, so that doesn't bother me at all. Crusader Saracen says, to the disgusting she-male that sang that Oh Sophie music video, how dare you subject me to that atrocity that is you singing and whoring. May Allah bring you before me on the day of judgment. Okay. Big John Johnson says, so stunning, maybe even brave for the U.S. women's soccer team to boycott against scoring points and winning. Real talk, though. When women athletes look like 70-year-old lesbians dipped in bad hair dye, does anyone actually win? No. Okay, so there's two women's sports ball stories that are out there. I've not covered them, but they're real. First of all, the U.S. women got absolutely spanked by the Swedish women, and normally you would want to see soccer women spanking other soccer women because soccer players tend to be in phenomenal shape. Except if you've looked at the U.S. women's soccer team and seen Megan Rapinoe, the only thing you want is to burn your eyes out with hot metal. But that being said, the U.S. women's team is typically a force of nature on the soccer field. They have been to the World Cup or Olympic finals like 5 times, 6 times and won 5 of them. They're dominant. They're the dominant team on earth. It's the one thing that women in the U.S. do really well is play soccer against women around the world. They got slaughtered 3-0 by Sweden. But the real story, of course, is that the U.S. women's national team was kneeling in protest during the national anthem, protesting racism, oppression, bigotry, whatever it was. They were wasting their fucking time. And instead of just getting out there and playing a fucking game, they were kneeling. They're making a statement. Here's the thing, ladies. The only reason you have the ability to make those statements and people listen, because they can't listen based on your reasoning. You're just a sports player. No one inherently respects your reasoning. They only listen because you won at sports ball. You won at soccer. If you don't win, no one will care. So bring home the gold, bitches, or you can't kneel anymore because no one will give a shit if you kneel if you're in 9th place. You fucking dummies. And then Crackbot brought it up. They also got their asses kicked 5-2 against 15-year-old boys back in 2017. They did. I want someone to make that movie. Could you imagine that movie, right? Like you cast it, you got Kurt Russell or whatever as the coach of the women's soccer team. It's like Miracle, the movie about the Miracle on Ice, and it's the women's soccer. Like, think about this would be the greatest parody ever. No parody jokes. They have to do this 100% serious to make it work. But they shoot the movie like Miracle. So, like, it's the women's soccer team. They're winning. Nobody expects the U.S. to be good at soccer. They're kicking everybody's ass. They're taking home trophies, right? And inspirational music and lens flare and dramatic speeches. And the last game of the movie is them against like the team. And you're like, oh, is it going to be Russia? Is it going to be Iran? No, it's 15-year-old boys from like Wisconsin or whatever, or wherever they were from, Texas. I don't remember where. And then they just lose. And that is the parody joke. And I mean, you have to straight shoot this thing all the way through. It has to be the best, like Michael Bay, dramatic story with all of the camera work and everything and real like problems and crippling, like they're overcoming everything. And then the last game they play against the boys and the end of it, you know, like they show the kickoff or whatever. And then it just fades to a scoreboard and it says boys, 15-year-old boys, U.S. women's national soccer team, 5-2. And that's all it says. Final. And that's it. Roll credits. That would be the funniest fucking movie on the planet. God, that would be great. They build it up as they're gonna overcome like the most intense opposition. They're gonna win the big game. And there's no comedy at all. Just that ending. That would be the best movie you could ever see. Oh, it'd be so good. That one guy says, Japanese I as an idea says long E sound. I after E kinda becomes A, literally EA. Wait, AE? IE? A is A, O is long O, U is I. No, U is long U. Ryu is Ryu, but the Re is spoken softly. Cadence makes U's muted in the middle of words. Kazuya equals Kazuya. There you go. I don't want to fucking speak Japanese, though. Crusader Saracen says BRCC, Black Rifle Coffee Company, are not red-pilled. They're leftists grifting off of conservatives marketing shitty coffee with stupid vet bro commercials. Fuck them. Buy stocking mill coffee instead. Coffee is great and the people are better. They unabashedly support Kyle Rittenhouse. There you go. That's that. Long Leg Johnson says while the black rifle cucks are filming their stupid vet bro, faux patriotism, faux masculinity commercials. Stocking milk coffee, are at their houses fucking their wives, also donating their profits to charities and children's chemotherapy treatments. Well, there you go. Thank you to Stocking Milk Coffee. Again, I would accept a sponsorship from them. Kidda says, you should get Arch Warhammer on to talk about Games Workshop's legal implosion. Stay tuned for the legal implosion stuff. Did you see their latest IP guidelines posts on their website? All fan animation banned. All fan artists prohibited from using Patreon or commissions. People are getting mad, and they should be. They should be getting pissed about this. But stay tuned for that sort of thing. Pirate Tomsky says, last night's stream was freaking hilarious. Keep banging them Karens with words versus self-worth. No one bangs those Karens. That's why they're Karens. Lonnie Holcomb says, Viva Fry announces he's running for Canadian Parliament. Film at some point. I thought he already announced that, I thought. Ken's Counseling Couch says, can I get 2 more subs? Hit 600 tonight. I love every one of you so much for helping. 2 people can bring Kiwi Farms Ken Jennings over 600 YouTube subs. And, now that he has been fired from his job, maybe that's more important than ever. Next, he says, Baron Karens, please stop cosplaying Baron Harkonnen. Bad Vibe says, here's some shekels. Go get some free brez and get rid of the dusty whale odor lingering in here. Oh, Febreze. Funny, he'd spelled that way wrong. Funny Valentine 2024 says, Rackets, when are you going to stream Fallout 1 and 2? I don't know. Shakaval says, have you seen the latest from MXR? Are you serious? What now? No. I'm not going to watch it. I just want to see what it is. There was an attempt, or the Desperate Times called. Are you talking about their OnlyFans? Yeah, I know about their stupid OnlyFans. All these videos are monetized, by the way. 3 days ago, 573,000 views. 2 days ago, 440,000 views. 1 day ago, 495,000 views. 9 hours ago, 220,000 views. They're all monetized. They said their lives were over, but they're all monetized. They're just lying. They're just fucking liars. So fucking tired of them. Ryan Acorn says, product question about your shillery. On your Ridge wallet, money strip or clip? Answer as Trump. Listen, why would you ever have a money strap? Gotta have a money clip. Clips are what gentlemen use. Clips also hold ammunition from time to time, a little different than magazines. Would you rather have a money strap? Oh, I've got a strap. Oh, a strap of cash, or a clip. Money clip. Clips are refined. They're wonderful, terrific. They hold more. Frankly, they hold it better. It's more accessible. Accessibility is very important. Say you have to give money to a homeless or a Democrat, but I repeat myself, you always want to have a money clip, never a strap. If you get a money strap, it's okay. You can forgive yourself. It was your first time. Buy the money clip accessory. Be a man. Replace it yourself. There you go. Eric D says, super thanks will save MXR. They can afford food. Stop it. Stop it. Wolfgang Deo says, I was tonight 666 like. Wolfgang Deo says, Billionaires in Space Week. Was hoping the second one would stay up there, but hey, just means we will be excited the next time he goes up. Have you heard about the guitarologist? YouTuber with 120,000 subs is charged with terroristic threats against his high school board over their mask mandate. It made the local news. I have heard of him. I think I've got some emails from him that I need to answer. It's not personal. I'm just slow. Luke Blanche says, Mike Lindell just offered $5 million to anyone that can prove his election data and allegations that President Trump won wrong. That's balls. We'll see. James Degnan says, Nick, here is a TISM pass. Please use it to your heart's content. Thank you. Timothy Reaper says, Solid Snake voice. I don't know what Solid Snake sounds like. War has changed. It's an endless series of internet slap fights fought by spurgs and lolcows. Ash B says, my pronouns are F/U. Enigma, the basement troll, says, think you'll hit the news regarding the Blizzard lawsuit? Yes. Might make for a good show, especially if the Quartering and or Asmongold join you. Or Mark Kern. Maybe. I don't know. TJ says, what's up, Nick? Hey, what's up, TJ? Just wanted to pop in, throw you some money for all the great work exposing the swamp people that are in places they shouldn't. Close enough. Pretty close, honestly. Listen. Lately, I've been just talking like Cass. Because at the end of the day, I'm a soulless angel learning how to be human again. Been alive for thousands of years, but I never knew empathy until I knew Sam and Dean. No, I was just talking with Lady Rackets about, because we were watching Supernatural, and so you've got Jensen Ackles, who sounds like the same as he normally sounds, except he's normally down like a half octave, and he just adds some grit to his voice. So he's like, listen, Sammy, I'm going to go home and I'm going to eat the biggest hamburger you've ever seen. Right? Like and then Cass talks down too. And Sam really does. It's kind of embarrassing. Like how Sam sounds in real life. Jared Padalecki versus how he sounds as Sam. Oh my God. I'm not going to do a Sam impression right now, but yeah. The Cass voice kills me. Eldon Bainling says, the Sophie shit, nobody needed to see it, lol. Blizzard lawsuit. Yeah, but I'm not going to do it right now. It's already after 2. I'm trying to wrap this show up so we can go to Twitch. No one important says, sent you another interesting Twitter DM. Flash and Tug are reacting to it right now. It's something to behold. What the fuck is this? Is this the Libs of TikTok thing or the Mars Girl thing? I'm not going to watch this Libs of TikTok thing at all. Oh, Jesus. Horrifying. Oh, you don't know what the Blizzard lawsuit? So, basically, I think the state of California has sued Blizzard / Activision for having a unsafe work environment or whatever because they harass women and they drink a lot. Sounds like a good place to work. Longreach Jones says, I used to track people down for a living. The number of moral and ethical decisions can be fraught when you get an iffy client. Often you have to background clients before even looking at the target. Saint Umu says, take my $5 for doing the DSP impression. Now put on the vest. No. Do I have to do this?
I'm a feminist boy. Watch me be a man who has all the feels. I can laugh, cry, sing, and still keep it real. I don't have to be tough just to get respect. I know words, not fists, solve arguments. Watch me be a man who doesn't only wear blue. Why can't pink and purple be boy colors too? I feel bad for macho men who won't wear sparkles. Those old color codes are so patriarchal. Macho, punch, tough guy, girl. That is so passe, that is not my future. Macho, grab, oh you're annoyed. That's so toxic, I'm I'm a feminist boy. Watch me be an Asian man who plays leading roles, cause it's not just writers who can be heroes. We've got more than Jackie Chan, we've got more than Bruce Lee. Watch out, Hollywood, here's life starring me. Watch me be a baller like Jeremy Lin. I got game, no need to be as tall as him. Don't need to be big just to be a winner. Don't need to be a girl to help cook dinner. Give it up for the feminist boy. He knows that we aren't playing coy.
What the fuck was that? Whatever fucking cretin made that should be peacefully protested. They hired and told these boys that was okay, that would ever be okay. I'm a good baller, just like Jeremy Lin. I don't have to be yes, you do. You literally fucking do. That's not because you're Asian. That's because you're a basketball player. You're just like you aren't the like 3 little basketball players who have ever been good in the NBA. You're not them. You can't be. You're not. They exist somewhere, but not you. A feminist boy should never be a feminist boy. Ever. Ever. Feminism is cancer. Feminism destroys boys. Feminism's goal is to destroy boys, to strip masculinity from them, to take what is essentially who they are and to remove it and to remove them. Feminism hates little boys. It hates everything about them. That's why feminists are rapists of little boys. They want to strip the manhood from them before it nests in. They want to remove them from the male portion of society. They want them gone. They want them exorcised as the demons that they are, because they can't tolerate that a boy can't sit still, or that a boy might want to play with something, that a boy might want to run around outside, or might need to run around outside to get tired rather than sitting in a chair. They can't tolerate that a boy doesn't want to sit down for 15 hours at a time listening to a woman tell him vocabulary words, that he would rather learn words by learning about nature, or by climbing a rock, or by, I don't know, throwing a rock, or throwing a tree, or climbing a tree, or chopping the tree down because he's dominant over nature, because that's how society was built, by boys becoming men, not by boys becoming women. That never helped anybody. Women, there's enough of them. We don't need more women. We don't need to pull from the boy pool and put it over in the girl pool. There's enough girls. And every boy, without fail, should want to be. They probably can't be. There are genetics at play. There are realities that exist. But every boy should want to be macho and tough. All of them. Because they should want to be men. Whether they end up being macho and tough, it doesn't matter. Even non-macho tough men read stories about macho tough men and go, man, that's fucking cool. I wish I had time to go to the gym every day. That'd be awesome. Maybe I'll motivate my fat ass and get off the couch. Maybe I'll motivate my skinny ass and get into a gym. Whatever it may be. We should always strive to be better versions of ourselves. But versions of ourselves. Not versions of somebody else. Not versions of girls. These are boys. Look, if you want to be a feminist man, go ahead. Be a female, all you want. I don't care. Like, if you want to, as a 20-year-old, 30-year-old, 40-year-old, go put on a merkin or whatever, and call yourself a woman or be an ally or whatever. Go do it. Power to you. You've made the choice. You've removed yourselves. This is indoctrination of these kids. They should be told that as boys, they need to grow up into men. They should be told what the differences between men and women are and value those. Like the whole, oh, it's fine to be a female as a male. I mean, I don't know about that. Because there's already a female. They already exist. Without women, we wouldn't have the society we have. Without men, we wouldn't have the society that we have. If we shift everybody into one or the other pile, we wouldn't have the society that we have. We wouldn't have a world. We wouldn't be able to build it. If all the women become men, then there can't be babies. If all the men become women, then everybody's a fucking baby. What is this? What is this? Why would anyone promote this? This is insane. Well, thank you for ruining my day with that. Pajama Man says, could have at least hired children that had talent. No, their parents wouldn't let them do it. I mean, look, my kids have my genes. I was a tiny kid forever. Like, the funny thing is, people who knew me as a kid and haven't seen me, they're like, whoa, how'd you get tall? Because I was always small. The doctors are like, this kid is small. Do you feed him? And my parents are like, yeah, we feed him all the time. He's just little. I don't know. My kids got my genes. They're small kids. They're not out there playing football. They'd die. It'd be funny. They'd get just creamed on one tackle and it'd be over. They don't want to do it. So? Doesn't mean they can't aspire to be strong. And you don't have to be physically big to be a strong man either. You don't. But you can also look at someone who is physically big and go, holy shit, I wish I was that big. And that has value. My kids will probably grow tall later in life. Like I got to be about my height when I was around 20. When I was around 20, I got to the height that I am. I'm for those of you who don't know, because the camera angle, because my camera's up, I got a 40. Oh shit. I just did a bad hand sign. I have a 43-inch monitor. So the top of my monitor is right here. If I actually pull this back, my camera is up here. Okay? So it's at an upward angle. I'm about 6'2" to 6'3", and I'm about 200 pounds. I'm not little. I'm not giant. My kids will probably get to be around, Lady Rackets is small, though, so maybe they won't be as big. But I wasn't that tall until I was about 20. That's just the reality. So like but I always wanted to be. I always wanted to be big. I always wanted to be taller, stronger, faster. I valued physicality even as a not very physical child. Like I didn't have the genes for it. How tall is Lady Rackets? 5'2". So it's like that, but that didn't. I valued strength. I valued physicality. I wanted to have that as a kid. If someone had told me, you don't have to be strong, it's good to be weak. No, it's not. Because I've seen Chuck Norris. I've seen Steven Seagal. I've seen Dolph Lundgren and Arnold Schwarzenegger. They're big and they kick ass. I want to be big and kick ass. I can't believe they're telling these boys to be little. And I don't mean physically. Again, it's not about there are short guys who are strong. There are small guys who are strong. There are shorter, smaller guys than me who are a shitload stronger. It's not even about that. It's what's up here, man. Like your mentality should be one of strength. Your mentality should value that strength. It's a virtue. It's not a vice. It's not bad. It's good. It's good. I'll tell this story very quickly. Right after Lady Rackets and I got married, the next day, the day after. So women do this thing where they open all the wedding gifts on the next day, I guess, with a bunch of other women. So Lady Rackets invited me because we were married the day before, and she's like, hey, do you want to come open our gifts? I'm like, I guess. Otherwise, I'm going to be sitting around a hotel room, bored as shit. That seems weird. So we go. I go with her to open the presents, and I think there was a jar or something she couldn't open. No, there was a present she couldn't lift. We're sitting down, and like she went to lift a present, she couldn't pick it up from the angle, and I just reached down, picked it up, and handed it to her. Right? I just told this story. Yeah, well, that's how it goes. And one of her aunts looked at her and said, "Be prepared for that your entire life. They're stupidly strong." And she was talking about men versus women. There's just a different physicality between the general man versus the general woman. That's fine. That's good. That's a good thing. We're built a little differently. We accomplish different tasks. Be out here telling these boys that they shouldn't value that is criminal to me. And by the way, that aunt, her husband isn't particularly big. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter at all. The jar thing. Yeah. Women will try to open jars. They will fail. Man will pick up the jar and open it. And the woman will say, I loosened it for you. Like, yeah, sure. Too bad you couldn't loosen it for you. Right? Like, it's fine. We accomplish different tasks. We're built different ways. That's good. That's not bad. We should celebrate that. We should teach boys that that's good. No, you're going to grow up and you're going to be strong. You're going to be beefy. You're going to do these things. You're going to kick ass. You're going to take names. People are going to look up to you. You should want people to look up to you, not look down on you. You want people to look at you as a symbol of strength and stability. That's why you don't cry in public. Could you imagine that town hall meeting if a man had gotten up and carried on hysterically in the hallway in that same way? That person should be executed in the street. What are you doing? A man should be a symbol of strength and stability to the people around them. It's your job. Do it. Well, I have trouble because I have emotion. Fuck off. Do it. But it's hard because my emotion. Get stronger then. Be better. Be better than you are. Be stronger than you think you are. But it just keeps coming. Push it down. You are needed to be strong and stable. You are needed to build the building after someone picks up the dead people and moves them out. Because somebody's got to rebuild the building. You're needed to clear the rubble out of the way when the dams collapse in China and find a dead body, pull it out, and then move on back to the rubble. Even though you've been doing it for 10 hours and you're tired. You grab a pry bar and you start lifting the next boulder because you have to, because you're a man. Because you know who isn't going to do it? A bunch of women. So you get your ass in there and you find the dead bodies and you hope someone's still alive and you drag them out. And if you're not working hard enough, someone's going to die while you wait. Sorry, you're the fucking man. And your inaction, your emotion, your weakness, your timidity, that gets someone killed that could have been saved. I don't want to pick up a gun and go fight in this war. Too fucking bad. Get in there. You have to. Well, why? No one else is going to do it and someone's invading. Get your ass out there. God damn it. We should value this. Value strength. Over and over, we're told not to. So tired of it. Nick's text says, Granby, Colorado was a small town, Nikki. Still love him. Not applicable says, this guy is beautiful. Zaloarg sent some stickers, some rolling pears and a laughing lemon. Lil Meme says, Alabama does not put forth their best to represent them clearly. Uriah Wright says, someone give this man an N-word pass. Ryan says, an hour behind, but Amazon drivers pee in bottles because it's convenient. Cut their workload in half. They still do it. Yeah, if you're peeing in bottles as an Amazon driver, it's because you don't want to stop. Bad Dragon Eye says, Tom Hanks' voice. There's no crying in city council. Sage Emerald says, because liberty and justice for all was not enough. Bark Lounger says, oh, the crying. I feel like I'm taking crazy pills watching and hearing this. ASMR from hell. The crying. Oh my God. Hail Comicsgate. Love you, Nick. TJ, welcome to Lawyer Status. Thank you for joining the channel. Shakaval says, make him to take care of her and make another 4 years. Don the Gamer Guy says, aren't Amazon drivers just United States Postal Service drivers only on the last mile? Amazon drivers, Amazon has actually, they may have eclipsed the UPS in fleet size now. Amazon has a legit massive fleet. U.S. Postal Service. That is the funniest thing, by the way. Politicians are so mad that Amazon negotiated a free delivery of the last mile of packages. So what Amazon does is they a lot of places, they deliver to the post office, and then the post office completes the delivery to the home, and they don't pay for this. They don't pay for it at all. And politicians are mad at Amazon for working that out. They're mad at Amazon. And I'm like, I'm talking to a politician who's ranting and raving. Oh, I can't believe this. They got this unfair deal. I was like, why did the post office agree to this? Why did the post office say yes? Yeah, we'll deliver your packages for no money. What the fuck kind of stupid choice was that? Imagine if Amazon went to UPS or FedEx and said, hey guys, we're going to deliver 90% of the way. We need you guys to do the last 10%. And they're like, okay, cool, let's talk numbers. And they're like, the number's 0. UPS and FedEx would laugh him out of the room. They'd laugh them out of the room. Yeah, fuck you. Lol, deliver it yourself, bitches. That's not Amazon's fault. That's USPS's fault. All right. Wolfgang Deo says, everyone that lets a drunk person drive is in violation of the duty imposed by Good Samaritan law. Why pick on the gas station except to destroy it? We don't actually have Good Samaritan, Good Samaritan laws in the United States protect people. They don't punish people. They're the opposite of punishment. Are you drinking corn syrup? No. AJ says, I'm now inspired to move to Tarrant, Alabama. Wolfgang Deo says, the judge is liable for every crime that happens in New Mexico because he could have made a time machine to stop the drunk driver and did not. I agree with that one. Mandalorian17 says, what's to stop this from being applied to gun stores, seeing as how guns can be classified as dangerous goods? It's, the difference is alcohol isn't inherently dangerous when someone buys it or consumes it. It only becomes dangerous after they've consumed X amount of it and then proceed to drive. Like if someone gets super drunk and walks home, no one cares. But if someone gets super drunk and drives, then they become a risk. Guns don't have that. There's no like, well, you buy 20 rounds of ammo, you're fine. But when you get up to 150, then it's dangerous. I mean, Democrats think that way, but there's no law codifying that. Jackson Kai says, what if the employee sees drunk guy, tries to stop him, gets run over? Can the family sue the gas station for asking him to prevent drunk driving? Yes, probably. But the gas station would tell him not to. Eldon Bainling says, why did you make me watch that super cringe Oh Sophie shit again? Why you do this, Nick? It took me 6 hours of sleep to forget it. It's time to stop. I'm going to make you watch it again. Jackson Kai says, it's not called a glory hole because you pray at it, unfortunately. Wolfgang Deo says, you didn't have it on screen, so it didn't count. Do it again. The GoFundMe donation gets ready to get your CC and password info. Eclipse Warlord says, just had my grandmother's funeral today. F cancer. Oh, dude, sorry to hear that. F for your grandmother. Fuck cancer. Kalinka Pavlova says, watching you at 1.5x speed because I'm late and Karens are fat. Atlas to Snyder, welcome to paralegal status. Very much appreciated. Andrew War Snowboard says, UHF is great, but Weird Al is at most the third funniest person in that movie. Weird also has also disavowed Cooney and says that Terry was unnecessary. Okay. Wolfgang Deo says, you can call me something better than Bezos. Yo mama felt like she was coming back from space last night, was rather chivalrous. Tony Goza says, FTC voted 5-0 for the right to repair. Louis Rossman is having a party. Also, Krigler coffee is the best coffee. Golden Melody 722 says, hey Nick, been watching you for 2 years now. Got me through some hard times with your energy and humor. Dropping you some love for my birthday. Happy birthday, Golden Melody. Thank you. Face Lord says, these kids need remedial bullying. Texas Red says, I want to eat a razor blade. Some internet dude says, this video is proof why single mothers should never hang out together. Facts. Ryan79 says, the look on your face says it all for that video. Super Iron Bob says, someone needs to have a talking to the parents about what they did to those children in the music video. Mexican Flash says, in response to all TikToks, Die Young by Black Sabbath is my answer. Mega Lone Wolf 20 says, late to the stream, only to hear Nick scream, what the fuck was that? Epic. Also, I must have missed something big. Angry Healer says, that video is 10 out of 10 on the cringe scale. Whoever made that should be absolutely embarrassed to call themselves human. Poorly Redacted says, Nick, please play the song DVDA, Now You're a Man. Please heal the chat. No. suffer. Secularist says, the ironic thing about videos like that is they have the opposite effect. I'm more embittered, surly, and prone to violent thoughts because I have to live in a world that requires me to be a watchdog for creeps and weirdos. Brian Lee says, why would they not charge for the last mile? The best question on the planet. Bad Dragonite says, just be an orc and pronounce it Daka Daka. Kulfe 2A wannabe Hunan Muhammad says, exterminatus is our only future if we're all feminist boys. Does It Mater says, I'm not advocating that we dox the producers of that video, just saying it should be brought to a large stake in the town square, you know, for a barbecue. Tom Bombathrill says, chat, don't be like me. Check your AC pan drain. Save your new hardwood floors. Go ahead and change that air filter right now. I bet you forgot. Samurai Knight says, that was sponsored by the SF Gay Men's Choir. No, it wasn't. May have been. Asriel. Tom Bombathrill says, where's the local Discord link? It's in the pinned chat, the pinned posts on locals. It's like the first the second post right now because this one's pinned, but it's there's two pinned posts, and that's one of them. Azrael Bain says, I think I have the solution for all this. I'd call it Australia, but not fake. We make Antarctica a prison island, leave out some Soylent under a net, trank dart the woke, and send them on a cruise. Nailed it. Mexican Flash says, I was born underweight, but now I'm the tallest in my family, and I try to be as much of a man as my father. Wolfgang Deo says, well, that is getting clipped for law Twitter. My true objective of being here has been met. Heil Hydra. Mexican Flash says, I can easily lift 160 pounds in my female family. Nope. Ascended Not So Handsome Jack says, back when I worked at a theater with a bar area, I used to be one of the main bar hands. I had my strength thanks to kegs between 120 and 180 pounds. Poorly Redacted says, $55 well spent. Thanks, Grifter Daddy. You're welcome. You're welcome. And then I think... Oh, shit, we got a couple more. That one guy says, too late, you already got all the information, sucker. Also, you can't read as the word in English. Damn it, Nick. Malik Foxon says, gas the people who brainwash the kids into doing this shit. One guy says, I'm starting to join your team on the wood chipper thing, by the way. People responsible for that vid gotta go. Wolfgang says, how does a male become a female or vice versa? They are a male or a female, impossible set by reality. Also, the women are actually the ones who clean up after war because the men die in war. Happened in West Germany, only women really. No, I didn't say the men clean up after the war. I said the men fight in the war. The men clean up after a dam collapses or a building. Santiago says, you wanted to be the caller, shot caller, 20-inch blades on the Impala, taller, getting grifted late tonight. And then that one guy says, being a man in polite, civilized society is more about being competent and principled. The manliness part of it also is accepting the responsibility to use a mechanical force we have to protect and serve others. That's the principle the SJWs try to hijack. And then finally, Mr. Bentham says, lost access to your Discord. No idea why. Mr. Bentham, message me. Probably just some weird mistake that's going on. Message me on either YouTube or not YouTube, on either Twitter, or you can message me on Discord, or you can message me on Locals or wherever you're, whatever. Get a message to me, email me, whatever you have to do. I'll get you fixed up. All right. That's it. We're done. Show's over. Go home. FM says, watching you for a few years, I was better before I found you. Good. Good. The bot's broken, according to Soder. Jesus Christ. Okay. Well, we'll work on it. We can figure it out. Let's go over to Twitch. We'll watch a movie. It'll be good times. I'll see you there. Have a good night, guys. Peace. Peace.
Oh, he drinks a fair bit, but you realize that it just helps get his noggin jogging along. With his glass by his side and his kids asleep tight, we'll hear some law-splaining tonight. With his microphone muted, we'll laugh at this boomer until he explains it's all part of the plan. Watch his face become redder as he becomes meta, raging at idiots from Twitterland. From the white shores of Maine to the hills of Glenlivet, there's no one who explains the law better than Nick. So pour out a glass for the ones who have passed to make the law what we have now. Oh, his lady is fair, and she handles herself with the grace of one who has borne many children. As the wife of a lawman, she makes sure that he has the time and the place to provide for them there. So pour out an ardbeg, a bow, more a love rug. The spirits flow as the ones who get unemployed. So pour out a glass for the tea post on Twitter as we hear law-splaining tonight. From the white shores of Nairn to the hills of Glenlivet, there's no one who explains the law better than Nick. So pour out a glass for the ones who have passed to make the law what we are now. Oh, the guests are all plentiful, from Dundee to Drexel. They bring their perspective and spice to the mix. But the reason we're here and the one that we cheer is the one who is showcasing us his career. Spirits flow as the ones who get unemployed. So pour out a glass for the tea post on Twitter as we hear law-splaining tonight. From the white shores of Nairn to the hills of Glenlivet, there's